plate. Are we? Am I?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Game 5. Woo! Boo, 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 boo. I hope you were watching the New York Rangers win their series against the Carolina Hurricanes. We will get to that in a second. In the first, good evening. Hi. I'm so excited to be hanging out with you. I'm just pulling up the lines. There's so much to talk about before the game even starts. But before we get into the game, I just wanted to do a quick shout out to Darren Detition. 57 years old, obviously passed away, had been fighting cancer for a long, long time. And I got to tell you, I never got to meet Darren. But obviously he was a huge part of my childhood on SportsCenter, as I'm sure he was with yours. And, the thing about him is that no matter, it seemed, what was going on in his life, and you never really knew if he was having a good day or a bad day, because every time he got behind that desk, he had that big Darren Detition smile, and that big Darren Detition energy, and never seemed to have an off night, ever. And was funny and was human. And, there was like an emotional intelligence to him. You know what I mean? Like he was able to bring you in. And apparently, and I'm just, reading all the TSN, all the other TSN personalities that commented on it today, and watching the tributes that they did, it seems like this guy was like the ultimate teammate as well. Really encouraging to new staff and to people who were starting out on the air. And, I know in media, it's pretty unglamorous, and you guys are probably like, who cares? Like, whatever. I could say this from everything I've heard. Darren Detition is one of the really special people um, that have ever been on the air in this country, and to him and his family, I just wanted to send our best from SDPN and from myself, because I think Darren Detition would have been one of the inspirations we had. I do want to say one quick Detition moment. He did acknowledge our podcast once early on. Steve used to do a really good impression of Darren, and maybe I can get him to do it for funds tomorrow. I don't know if it's too early or whatever, but Darren Detition's big word would be like, "Bang, it's up 3. They're up 3-0," or "Bang, that's out of the yard." You just said "bang" a lot, and so Steve used to be able to do like just nail a Darren Detition read. And when Bar Down was first starting, they did an interview with Darren Detition, and they actually played him the audio of Steve doing Darren Detition. And I guess Steve used to work at the NHL Network, which used to be at TSN, and he was too scared to say hi to Darren. And Darren said, "Well, he should have said hi," and he said, "Hi, Steve," and loved the impression or whatever. So that's our tiny little connection to Darren Detition. And like I said, sending our condolences to his family tonight. It was a sunny, beautiful day in Toronto today, so hopefully that was in honor of him. And let's have a great game tonight, guys. We got Game 5 between the Vancouver Canucks and the Edmonton Oilers, and we got some big lineup changes. Just like Edmonton had to adjust after Game 3, after Game 4, Vancouver has really adjusted. Check these out. Line 1, although I think this should qualify as line 2, but line 1, Nils Hoglander, Elias Lindholm, Elias Pettersson. You gotta pair up the Eliases, the Elii. Then you got Pius Suter, JT Miller, Brock Besser. And this is the new look third line. The third line looked really good. It's tough to split these guys up, but Dakota Joshua, Teddy Bluger, Connor Garland. And I got to say, Teddy Bluger's had a really good playoff. So kind of like that jump up for him. And back into the lineup is Phil Di Giuseppe after his wife gave birth on Sunday. Nils Oman is centering the fourth line with Vasily Podzokin. And, of course, you've got on the Edmonton side, not huge changes. Nuge, McDavid, Hyman, Holloway, Draisaitl, Kane, Fogle, McLeod, Perry, Janmark, Derek Ryan, and Connor Brown. And producer Hayden has put together some really cool stats. Leon Draisaitl is the third player in the last 35 years to record 20-plus points in fewer than 10 games into a postseason. The names on that list, like I said, Leon Draisaitl, Connor McDavid did it in 2022, Mario Lemieux in 1992. And Draisaitl has 8 multi-point games in Edmonton's first 9 playoff games. He's the first player to do that since, let's make it about the Leafs. It's a Leaf, Darryl Sittler in 1977. That's a long time ago. That's when the Leafs were kind of bad, but still had some success in the playoffs. Can't relate. So we got an exciting game ahead. Obviously, something that we should point out, through 4 games this series, Edmonton is outshooting Vancouver 124-82. And that was particularly noticeable last game. They finally split up CC Nurse. I don't know what the love affair that was with that, but Nurse Desharnais, to me, looked fantastic. And if you look at the expected goals for CC and Nurse, I think CC was at 57% 5-on-5, and Darnell Nurse was somewhere near 62%. So don't play them together. But Oilers fans, you've been screaming about that for months, years, and they just keep doing it. So Kulak, CC, Nurse Desharnais, and then at the top, Ekholm Bouchard. And then, of course, on the Vancouver side, Quentin Hughes, Philip Hronek, as you would expect. Carson Soucy is back from his 1-game suspension. He'll be playing with Tyler Myers, although apparently, and this is according to producer Hayden's last stat pack before Game 4, Soucy and Myers have been the worst defense pairing for the Vancouver Canucks by advanced stat standards, and a very specific stat, expected goals for, but still kind of surprising, isn't it? Nikita Zadorov and Ian Cole are 5 and 6 on the defense, and I got to say, it's been a nightmare series for Ian Cole. And I think there are 3 goals that have gone in off his butt, and also, not some great clearing attempts, and a few other things that you're like, this is not what we need from our 6th defenseman. We need you to be boring and unnoticeable. He unfortunately has been extremely noticeable, so we'll see how he manages it tonight. It's going to be a good one. I'm looking for Vancouver's power play to to pick it up a little bit here. They've been okay. And I'm looking for Vancouver to not take penalties, at least on their side, because if we're looking at Edmonton, they're, again, 50% basically on the power play. And then for the Oilers, all they have to do is do exactly what they did last game. Calvin Pickard was good, but he didn't have to be anything more than good. He really didn't get a lot of dangerous shots until the last 5 minutes of the third period. Edmonton did a great job of pushing Vancouver to the outside, making sure that they couldn't drive the net, get anything going off the rush, which Vancouver's been really good at. And they kept all the shots to the outside as well, and some good team defense. I couldn't believe the Oilers put on a defensive masterclass, but there you go. There you go. All right, so I need some score predictions, by the way, in the chat tonight. Can we do that? Can we do that? Here we go. JT Miller with a nice little cross check off the top. It's we're game on, baby. Vancouver 16-1 odds to win the cup. Get your money on now if you believe. That's from David Deadface. I hope your face wakes back up, David. Back from the dead. Let's have some fun. Natalie Drake, I had Rangers and Oilers in the final. I like that. Might not be a bad pick. We'll see, though. I think Vancouver's going to come out a little hot tonight. Woo! How many times? Oh, we got goaltender interference on Pius Suter already. Already, we got goaltender interference on Pius Suter. It's just a matter of Vancouver touching the puck here. Wow. I got to say, at least I think that's what it is, unless it's interference. Is it interference? Susie with a bit of a turnover there. That's not good. Hold on. So what did they call here? Because I haven't been listening. Yeah, it's Suter. That's what I thought. Okay. All right. All right. Shout out to my wife, Natalie, who just gifted 10 memberships. 9:15 left in the first period if we're syncing up. And I'm going to do some claps, and I'm going to be a lot better about it today. Holy moly. Holy moly. I really surprised that was the penalty, or that was the puck drop, by the way. They didn't show it on the broadcast, at least in the Canadian side, so I wasn't able to do a great clap for you. I apologize. Sometimes the cameras are just not there. That's a bit of a weird call on Vancouver. I'm not going to lie. I don't get that. Bouchard out at the point. 1:35 left in the power play. 18:48 in the first. McDavid on the sidewall. Up to Bouchard. Bluger tips the slap shot. Zadorov with a nice little hit from behind. They're not going to call that. They've already called one penalty, and Vancouver clears on a Teddy Bluger dive. I think that's what's going to get him more minutes, is he's just been really, really effective in the fourth line role. We'll see how he does in the third line with Garland and Joshua. Whoa! McDavid was a little open there. Had he shot a little faster, there might have been a scoring chance. That shot off the post from Leon Draisaitl. Or is that Leon? Yeah, that was Leon. Shout out to somebody who, I don't know what your name is. Your name blank, but gifted 5 SDPN memberships. Thank you so much. That's incredible. Oh, Kane just passed. Okay, going to do a several second countdown here because it's being requested for everybody. 1748, 1747, 1746, 1745, 1744, 1743. Here we go. Big save by Shilovs on Leon Draisaitl there. Leon not quite in the spot where he scored 2 goals on the power play this series already, but you know Leon. East Coast viewers, where you at? Sound off when you're watching. That's Peter Orojnik. Shout out to Peter. Hey, there's a Leon Draisaitl in the chat, and I'm assuming, is our Brock Besser in the chat tonight? Are you going to read Natalie's super chat or what? Did she have a super chat? Tell us more about the Leafs. We are not doing that tonight. Natalie. Again, that's my wife. Supportive wife that she is. Shout out Saskatchewan. 1731, 1730, 1729, 1728. There's 10 seconds left in the power play right now. You never know these days, especially with AI. No, that was actually my wife. icing for the Oilers on the power play. And we already got, see, I like this. There's already a little bit of hatred. You would expect Desharnais to be in there. Ian Cole, Desharnais, are they going to the box? Are we taking both to the box? Garrett Turbot, Adam, tell us about Napoleon. We can't talk about that right now. I would love to, but we can't talk about that right now. Natalie Drake, I was legit confused thinking I super chatted for a sec. It was the other Natalie. Yes, my wife, Natalie. That's right. Carter, watching from Spokane, Washington. I got family there, Carter. I love Spokane. And I love Coeur d'Alene. Beautiful area. DC, yeah, the seaweed man getting seaweedy in there. Oh, that's great. They had Nikita Zadorov on screen shooting snot out of his nose, which is awesome. Okay, 17-17. Here's a face-off. Boom. Lindholm wins it. Power play over. Bit of a weak call, not going to lie. Get why Canucks fans were booing it, but big kill. Big kill for them. That's awesome. Okay. Corey Perry, Evander Kane, the Shit Disturber Express. You know, it's funny for a team that has a lot of guys that can, get under your skin. The Oilers have not done a lot of that this year, or at least this year, this particular round. There hasn't been a ton of hate, not yet. Justin Fisher just sent me a text. Adam, want to play a game? Devil emoji. Pick a player from both teams. If either player scores a goal, I will drop 10 gift subs. Okay. He's on a revamped line. Pettersson for Vancouver. And I'm going to say Draisaitl for Edmonton. That's what I'm saying. I'm always terrible at these games, by the way. We'll see how it goes. John Maxwell, I'm listening to the game on 6:30 a.m. Ched. Can't get the game on 6:50 Vancouver because of, I don't know why you can't. That guy from Canada. Adam should try to keep count on how many times the linesmen do that stupid fake puck drop in the face-offs in the playoffs. I can't stand it. They never do it in the regular season. They do it all the time in the playoffs. It's ridiculous. It's so annoying. It's just bad television. I'm here for the pure entertainment value. New look fourth line on the ice. That's Di Giuseppe, Nils Oman, and I can't even remember. Yeah. Oh, Ian Cole's out there too. Di Giuseppe gets it out. Good to have him back. Ooh. Edmonton. Draisaitl behind. Sheloffs. Oh. Evander Kane. That was the guy that I picked last time to score first. Yeah, I should have picked him again. Damn it. Sorry about that, guys. Shots are already 3-0 Edmonton. What a shot of, man, downtown Edmonton looks like a fun time right now. The Oilers have come out. I mean, it's hard to know which team did better in the first minute of this, but I can tell you which team has looked better ever since. And given that the Oilers had I know that they had a power play, but damn, dude, Vancouver looks a little bit on the back foot right now. Good setup by Draisaitl there too. Man, it just goes to show, like, he's had a multi-point game in 8 of 9 in these playoffs, which is bonkers. And he's already on track for another one tonight. Also, Vinny Desharnais got an assist. Shout out to Vinny. That doesn't happen much. Here's Suter, the penalty getter, the interferer of goalies, and Susie back from suspension. Oof. That fourth line wasn't great. It wasn't great. Evan Bouchard intercepted at center. Doesn't matter. Offside call against Edmonton. Woo! Woo! I am a Sabres fan living in Edmonton, and I am depressed. You could have just stopped at I am a Sabres fan. Mike Schmidt, awesome interview with Botas for nailing the apex. What's your top 3 for Imola? Okay, first off, if you guys are F1 fans, Tim and I got to interview Valtteri Bottas, and he was great. We couldn't get the freaking camera to work, which was hilarious. So, we had this Zoom set up and it didn't work. He couldn't get the camera working in Switzerland. So, it is what it is, but he was a great interview. He was spectacular, super fun. He even talked super openly about the fact that, he's going to be an F1 next year. It's just a question of which team. My top 3 for Imola. I'm curious about Ferrari's upgrades, Mike. I think they're talking about being able to match Red Bull. And the last race in Miami, McLaren were actually faster, despite Max Verstappen's floor damage. Actually, without the floor damage, they were faster before Max's car got damaged. So, I'm gonna go. Charles Leclerc gets a win. I'm gonna go Max second, Lando Norris third. I'm going safe. We got a Jared P. member for 3 months. My favorite podcast network: Stove Dongle, Eden Wold, and Joss Block. Sounds like a very Swiss podcast, or a very Swedish podcast. You know what I mean? By the way, did anybody watch Canada Norway today? I definitely thought they were coming back. I think weren't the shots like 30-0 Canada? It was crazy. Quinn Hughes at the point here. 13:58, 13:57, 13:56, 13:55, 13:54. Those are the times right now. Pedersen looking good, looking dangerous. Oh! Wow. I don't know if you guys saw Elias Pettersson. Whoa, here we go. We're moving. Hoglander. I don't know if you guys saw the press conference with Pettersson, but he looked depressed. He looked sad. And, one of the reporters asked the good question, which was, would it help to have somebody good to play with? And to be honest with you, he kind of mentioned that it would, yeah. And Rick Tocchet, to his credit, came out in the media and said, yeah, listen, he needs to play better, but I could help him out. And he is. This is a much better line that he's playing on. And I think Pettersson's been asked to carry guys that he can't carry. And I wonder about his health. I really do. Dakota Joshua moving in. There's Connor Garland. And out there with Teddy Bluger, not Elias Lindholm this time. But to be honest with you, the driving force of that line has been Connor Garland. So you can afford to move a guy like, not Teddy Bluger, Elias Lindholm up to play with Pettersson, because frankly, Garland is driving everything from the sideboard, and he is creating a ton of opportunities. And I think Teddy Bluger can take advantage of that. Austria beat Finland, though. I know. It's amazing for their program. That's a crazy win. That's a crazy win. You think about Austria, I mean, they just started making the Olympics 10 years ago. And, it's always a question of whether that program's going to be good enough to make the Olympics. There's 1 or 2 NHL players on that roster every time they were in an international competition. And that's really exciting to see. I think a lot of attention, rightly so, has been on the German program in the World Championship era. And obviously in the World Juniors, Germany's been really, really good. Leon Draisaitl, everybody loves him. But Austria, right next door, looking exciting. I love the future of hockey is bright, guys. It's really good. I'm excited. Farto Ross, yo, what's with the poo emojis there, Justin? Kartik Sharma, RIP to Dutch. Yeah, you know what? We were talking about that earlier. Loved Darren Detition. Just love the guy. Cassie, you don't need to know. My husky mix crawled under the bed and is stuck. Well, looks like you got to lift that bed up. I remember when I was a kid, there was a thunderstorm, and I came home, and my dog was stuck under a side table, and he couldn't get back out again. And I didn't. He'd probably been there a couple hours, but he hated thunder, so he was wedged. he really did hide. Poor guy. 7-6. Canucks dominated the league all season. The Oilers are just tryhards, to be honest. I mean, the Oilers are looking pretty good right now. They're looking pretty strong. I like the smack talk, though. Keep it coming. Keep it respectful. Keep it coming, though. You know what? This chat has been very respectful, I have to say. Oh. 12:35, 12:34, 12:33, 12:32, 12:31 left in the first period. Putts 1990, will you continue with this stream no matter which team advances? Yes, I will. Oh, what a save by Sheelovs. Baby, on Draisaitl. No, not Draisaitl. One number less. That's Connor Brown. Different. Very different. Anyway. Still down on the Avs, Adam. I mean, no. Was I ever down on the Avs? I don't think I was ever. Was I down on the Avs? When was I down on the Avs? I'm not down on the Avs. Producer Drew was down on the Avs. He was saying, oh, yeah, Winnipeg's going to whoop their butt. That's producer Drew, Avs fan. So, no, I am not down on the Avs. We got Miller dumping it in. Natalie Drake, should I buy a Zibanejad or Shesterkin jersey? I think you want to buy the one that's more likely to go to the Hall of Fame. And nothing against Mika, who is probably one of the coolest people in the NHL. You know, DJs on the side at huge festivals in Europe on his free time. But I would go with Mr. Shesterkin because I think he's going to be right up there with Mike Richter and Henrik Lundqvist once it's all said and done. If he stays on this track, this guy might have around and win a cup. And that's a big deal. Adam called the Colorado a one-line team all season. Well, they were. They freaking were. They were. Doesn't mean I was down on them. That one line absolutely whooped the Toronto Maple Leafs. Did you hear me talk about that? My goodness. The Leafs were up like 3-0, and Nathan McKinnon and Cale Makar were like, okay, no. No. And they came back just like a wave. It was crazy. They always are really good against the Leafs, actually. No surprise. Dylan Holloway down deep. Draisaitl is back out there. Look out for him. You know, we came into this series thinking that, you know, Draisaitl's probably injured and not feeling good. Man, the guy has it doesn't matter if he's injured. Who cares? Why are we even talking about it? Although I have to ask, if he is injured, if he was healthy, how many points would he be getting then? This is crazy. Tempoitive. What are the Kings going to do with Pierre-Luc Dubois? They could buy him out. But the buyout window would open on his birthday if we go to Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Finals, which means that they'd have to buy him out 2/3 instead of 1/3 because he turns 26. But I will say, he made a good point. Oh, is that puck over glass penalty? Is it a penalty? Oh, no. Quinn Hughes. Oh, no. What happened here? Oh, yeah. That's a absolute penalty. Oh, that sucks. You know, Vancouver fans came to the arena tonight, fired the F up, and that's one penalty that you just want to avoid, another penalty that just can't happen. Pius Suter, you want to avoid. This penalty can't happen. You can't have a puck over glass. Not that we're going to give Quinn Hughes any shit because he's been amazing. But damn, it looked like Vancouver was really getting going here. And here we are back on the shorthanded thing. Lindholm turns it over. Bluger, Lindholm, 3-on-3. Oh, we're almost getting. We didn't get a shot. But damn, that was good. 1:36 left on the power play. Damn. I don't even know what I was talking about before. I was talking about something. 10:18 left to the first period. John Michael A. Reed. Hey, Adam. Great to see you, man. Go Nucks. Watching from Vancouver Island, BC. John, I hope that you are enjoying your time. And I hope that you get through this shorthanded situation because this is rough. You know, though, that the refs are going to have to do a makeup call here at some point. Vancouver is for sure the next team going on the power play. Good saves by Shilovs there. Here we go. Amon out. Man, Shilovs is still looking good. Oh, yeah. Oh, Pierre-Luc Dubois. Let me just say this. He said at his we didn't get to it on the SDP, and I wanted to, but we just ran out of time. There's so much stuff that we always try to get to, and we just never do. Oh, Pettersson with the interception here. Hang on. We got a shot. Oh, good save, Pickard. Wow, Di Giuseppe had a good little shot there. I bet they're happy to have him back shorthanded. Is it just me, Canucks fans, or is Di Giuseppe really good and nobody talks about him? Because I've really liked watching him, and I think they missed him when he was gone. He was gone for good reason, but I think they missed him. So with Pierre-Luc Dubois, he said at the press conference, and people took this as, oh, he's blaming someone else, which isn't surprising, technically speaking. Like, I haven't seen him take a lot of responsibility for the things that have happened in his career. Let's put it that way. However, he made a point that's hard to dismiss, which is, Miller. He basically said that they moved him around all year and that he kind of had multiple different coaches all year. And so the direction for how they wanted him to play kept changing. Now, I can understand that. The question is, does LA have time to figure out whether this first season was just a bad first season or not? Do they? Because if you keep him and it still sucks next year, that's really rough. And you could use that money in a lot of different ways. And, do you buy him out with 1/3 rather than 2/3? And if you do buy him out, Kopitar saying in his post game after the first round that, he's not down for another rebuild. Well, and they can't rebuild, man. They can't. So I'm curious about what happens. I think, I don't know. I think they'll probably keep him, and they'll probably try to make it work. And in theory, guys, like, as much as everybody's kind of a little down on PLD generally, he's a really good player. Guy's an animal in the playoffs normally, not this year. So, and he was great in Winnipeg. I don't know. It feels like that's a reclamation project that's likely to succeed. Just me. We got a Leon Draisaitl in the chat. Do we have a Brock Besser in the chat? Because there has been oh, he's here. He's here. Brock Besser's here. Oh, no, he's chirping my guy Matthews, though. Calling Di Giuseppe the best 34 in the league. I don't think so. Even if you are joking, I'm not going to accept that. Adam, you need a goal horn. That's a good idea. Where can I do that? Wyatt Dubuque, Leduc, not Dubuque. Why did I get Dubuque? Did Adam see the child Hurricanes fan crying during the third? Yes, I did. I think, wasn't there a child Bruins fan crying last year? I'm not talking about the Brad Marchand meme from a couple of years ago against St. Louis. Yeah, listen, when a team gets eliminated, you can always find kids crying in the crowd. But I gotta say, and I'll save it for the show tomorrow. I said what I said about Freddie. I warned you. I warned you. Producer Hayden is telling me to check the stat pack for dangerous forwards. I'm going to check it in a second since we're talking about Di Giuseppe. All right, we're going to have a face-off here. Icing, exactly 8 minutes to go in the first. So that should be pretty easy to align your stream with. Exactly 8 minutes to go. We haven't got the face-off yet, but I'll give it to you. Sierra Marlowe, early yawns. Yeah, I don't know what it is. So around this time, around 10:30, I'm a little bit like a yawny. Here we go. They actually dropped it. And then by 11 o'clock, I'm like, firing on all cylinders again. It's like a weird low that I'm used to going to bed at 10. I think that's what it is. Except for in the playoffs, there's no bed at 10. It's 1 o'clock, baby. We're going crazy. Hey, Adam, who are you cheering for in the Mem Cup? Knights, Cowan? I'm cheering for Moose Jaw. I don't have a team, but I will cheer for Easton Cowan. Getting it out now. Getting out those yawns now. I will cheer for Easton Cowan. That guy's it's exciting what's going on with him. And I was talking to Scott Wheeler about this guy about 6 weeks ago. And Scott said, I think he's playing games for the Leafs next year for sure. Now, whether or not that's like the first 9 games and then they send him back to junior is one thing. But like, if he wins the Memorial Cup, it'll be just like Mitch Marner when he won it. He was the MVP. He was the best player. Wins the Memorial Cup. What is there left to prove? Here we go. Face off. 7:36 left in the first. You know, like sometimes, and you know what's different is when Mitch Marner came up to the Leafs, there were good players, but there weren't stars. It was like JVR, Bozak, and Kadri. Good, really good players at the time. Not stars, not NHL stars. At least not yet. And the Leafs have legitimate NHL stars. So Cowan is going to be able to come up and be sheltered, which I think is good. Maybe there's a spot in the third line. Here we go. Face off. 7:30 left in the first period. Vancouver outshooting Edmonton 5-4. Aaron Grace, I hate the NHL junior rules because he should be playing in the NHL or the AHL. I agree with you, Aaron. The thing about the A that I think not a lot of people realize is the AHL is very, very rough. And it always sort of has been. But it's physically, there's a lot of guys who are physically tough who are trying to get third and fourth line jobs in the NHL. And they're going a little extra hard at some of the starts. So sometimes it's not the worst thing to have your guy just come directly to the NHL, especially at 18 when they don't. Oh, wow. Carson Soucy almost put one in with his own net, but Artur Shilov's is just, well, it's an arty party. Still happening. Mead 0. Cowan with Fraser Minton would be nice. Yeah. Listen, guys, I think we got to temper our expectations with Fraser Minton. I think he's going to be good, but to expect him to be a star, I think, is expecting too much. He just happens to be the second best prospect in the system. But I think he's going to be a very valuable NHL player. Just let's bring the expectations down a little. Easton Cowan, right to the moon. Oh, I think Edmonton's got... Oh, does Vancouver have a penalty called against them? No way. What happened? I must have missed this one. It looks like Lindholm. I love that Vancouver fans were cheering Let's Go Petey. That's cool. Damn. So is Lindholm on... Oh, it's Cole. Okay. Dude, Ian Cole, you can't do this, man. Listen, I know Noah Juleson kind of got lit up on social media because of that hit he threw before the second or third goal. Remember at the blue line or whatever? But like when he threw that hit, Ekholm got that pass off real quick. I was saying after game 3, even though they won, I'd be putting Juleson in. Maybe, I don't know. Canucks fans, tell me if I'm wrong here, but Ian Cole is just fighting it, and it's not that he can't do it. It's just that he can't do it right now. Also, the refs have been tight. Oh my God. Did the refs just call a penalty on Edmonton? Whoop. Was Zach Hyman there? This is Tocchet. He keeps starting Cole. I know. What does he get the penalty for? Oh, it's holding the hands on Zadorov. Man, I hope they don't call a game like this the entire game. That's clearly a makeup call, guys. Like, and I get it. Like, refs don't ref, they game manage. I get it. But like, this is a super tight call on a playoff game, and I'm just feeling like, I guess, yeah, you couldn't have Vancouver having three penalties in a row and not call one back because that's how the refs work. Once you understand how NHL reffing works, which is it's not really reffing, it's game managing, you can stop getting super upset about it and just focus on the game. But I don't want them to call a tight game like this. Not that shouldn't have been a penalty, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't think Suter should have been called either. And I know textbook goaltender interference. I get it. Here we go. Myers, Hughes, shot. Oh, oh my God. I thought that was going in. Glove side, baby. What do we got here? I mean, why don't we just ask the officials after the game why they called it? Simple fix, right? Yeah, Wyatt. Here's the thing. The NHL hates accountability. They just do. And we gotta just own that. We gotta own that. It's like why you never get a real decision on NHL player safety too. Like anything that sets the bar. This is what this is. A cross check to the face is this. And here is why. They don't want that. And I think if you're a Canucks fan, if you're an Oilers fan, you can probably relate. You probably understand. Mahi's Broncos country, let's ride. Yo, it's Steelers Nation, let's ride now. Russell Wilson's one of us. I don't know how I feel about that. If there are any football fans in the chat, I don't know how I feel about that. I don't think it'll be bad. Didn't cost them much, but I'm curious. Ishan, who is the next commissioner after Gary? Oh, I don't think we know yet. And I think that's because Gary's done a really good job as if you really like history like I do, and you're the autocratic head of an organization or a government, one of your main jobs is to obviously retain loyalty of your lieutenants, take care of your people. And your second thing is to eliminate any rivals. And Gary's done a great job of eliminating rivals. There is nobody who seems to be the next person. And I think that's entirely on purpose because Gary's going out when Gary wants to. So, Odessa, I will be the commissioner. Look at me. I am the commissioner now. That's going to be an interesting story when that comes up. I'm excited to cover that. Quinn Hughes on a face-off win by the Canucks. 4-on-4 on that Zach Hyman penalty. Canucks looking good on 4-on-4, to be honest. They've really come on strong despite the penalties in the second half of this period. Nothing they're hanging their heads about, but it's too many penalties. You can't be 4-on-4 or not. You can't spend 6 minutes in the box in one period against the Edmonton Oilers. You are lucky to only be down 1-0 if that was the case. Here's Brock Besser peeling it up. You think, is he going for an icing? No. Good. I know he wants a change. Gave Bouchard a nice little run. Pettersson's on the ice. Rick Tocchet called 6 or 7 guys passengers after last game. Passengers. If you're a hockey player, there are very few things. It's like I'm not mad, I'm disappointed. You're a passenger? Ooh, that would get the fire under my ass lit. Yeah, looking good here. Canucks looking good. Oilers have looked good all period, honestly. It's been the last few minutes the Canucks have come on. EP40 looking good tonight. He is. He is looking good. Doesn't matter. Whoever is next, y'all will cry, and the NBA isn't that much better. Well, the NBA's finances would tell you it's triple. It's you got to remember the NHL and the NBA used to be on par with each other. And what happened? At exactly that moment when they were on par with each other, making the exact same amount of money and had the exact same amount of popularity in Canada and the United States, what happened? That's right, the NHL hired Gary Bettman. Just throwing that out there. Just saying. Got the best sport. Got the best sport. The best sport all day. This is the best sport in the world. It's incredible. Here we go. Pettersson. Oh, big save by Darren. I thought that was in. Baby. Taylor Joyner. It's Brian Burke. I'm convinced. No, you know what? Brian would have been a really great commissioner. I think, although he might be a little too bombastic. Brian, I believe, is, to me, I don't think Brian would want that kind of thing. He's working on the PWHL stuff. I think he's happy with that. Philip Hronek blasting up the ice with Connor Garland. Here we go. Oh, nice little play. Podkolzin around. Oh, fans are booing the official. Love that. Wow. Vinny Desharnais. Damn. Okay, almost exactly 3 minutes to go here. Ready? 3 minutes, 2:59, 2:58, 2:57, 2:56, 2:55. Align the streams, baby. Oh, big hit by Myers. Holloway's got to get off the ice. That helmet's off. Di Giuseppe going up the ice here. Speaking of, I'm supposed to check the stat package. Least dangerous forward, according to expected goals for in the series so far, Nils Alm. Oh, big score! Carson Soucy back from a big cross-check to the mouth on Connor McDavid and a suspension that followed it. And he comes back and he scores a huge goal with 2 minutes and 33 seconds left. Baby, the Edmonton Oilers have had almost 6 minutes in power play time. Let's say 5.5 because there was the 4-on-4 call. Got their one goal. Vancouver looked rough to start. And baby, they're back. We got a game here, folks. Di Giuseppe, by the way, I was going to tell you, so far in this series, his expected goals for is right on with Nils Alman, which is a 0.2. Not anymore, though. Connor Brown and Derek Ryan are the least effective or least dangerous scorers, non-scorers, I guess, for Edmonton. Connor Brown has a 0 expected goals and Derek Ryan a 0.4. Woo, baby. That Oiler depth, man. It's a good thing they have Leon Draisaitl. Okay. 2:24 left in the first period. Oh, Soucy. Oh no. Here comes Connor Brown. Oh, Connor Brown gets an assist. That expected goals for just went through Matthias Janmark and Connor Brown. Just how they drew it up. Carson Soucy falls, and boy, Edmonton's got to be thrilled. Oh, baby, we got a real good game. That's 23 seconds after Vancouver ties it up. Just Soucy just does not, goes down. Connor Brown using the speed over to Janmark, and that has got to feel real good. Monkey off your back, gets you a point. You're contributing. Edmonton needed something from its depth in this series, and it just got it. Oh, Garland slashed the net once that puck went. I can understand why he's so frustrated. Gannon, how the Canucks giveth and how the Canucks taketh. Yeah. Hilarious. I just gave you the 2 least effective forwards in the series. Di Giuseppe and Brown, and they both just scored a point within a minute of me saying it. It's a reverse jinx, guys. It's real. Here comes Suter. Whoop! Sneaky little shot by Zadorov. You know, we haven't seen him go streaking in a while. I'd like to see him. Yeah, I said streaking. I'd like to see him rush the puck. I'd like to see Vancouver do a little more of that against these Oilers defense. Oilers really shut him down last game. Mark Demara, Tears of Canes fan quenches my thirst. I'm assuming he's a Ranger fan, and I'm assuming he's excited because he's in the Eastern Conference Final. What's that like? Canes fans know what that's like. I don't know what that's like. One of these two teams is going to know what that's like. Talk about Dylan Holloway, Adam. Well, first off, handsome. Super handsome guy. Also, he got hit by Zadorov, I think, or was it Myers? And it was Myers. Lost the helmet, had to get off the ice. Second line guy. Playing with Draisaitl. Sweet gig. And that's a guy that probably could use a goal. Is that Brown's first point of the playoffs? I don't actually know if that is. Connor Brown. Let's find out. The one thing about Connor Brown, that is his first point of the playoffs. The one thing about Connor Brown I'll say is, first off, I always liked him in Toronto. His speed is still there. Whatever reason that he can't score, his speed is still there. And so if he's not an Oiler next year, which they should sign him because his bonus overage is going to count against the cap anyway. If he's not there next year, somebody is going to pick this player up. Oh, whoa. Okay, that was offside. Hoglander and Lindholm both crushed Darnell Nurse because it takes two guys to take that man down. He's gigantic and big and scary. Look at this. Boom. So it was a hand pass. I missed that. 33.7 seconds to go in the first period, guys. Here we go. Oh, I hate this. I hate when they do this. And then they didn't show the face-off, but I assumed when the puck dropped. 30 seconds to go anyway. Can't stand when they do that, guys. Can't stand it. Just drop the puck. No one's there to see you, linesman. Maybe your parents. By the way, when a linesman or a refs their first game in the NHL and their parents come, they're like, you did a great job calling that offside. That was a tough call. You know? I can't believe you were so accurate tonight. You were so on that offside. They reviewed it and you were correct. Oh, okay. Janmark tried to grab a penalty. Are you kidding me? Myers and Janmark are probably going. That's such a dive, though. Yeah, I'm listen. Janmark's doing the smart thing. Draw Myers into the. See, Myers got the best of him, and then he's cross-checking down, which he shouldn't do. So both of them for roughing. 4-4 to start the second. It's a good game. That will be Vancouver's fourth penalty of the game. 4-4 or not. Can't keep doing that. You will not succeed. You can't do that. You cannot beg the Oilers to score on you like this. Now, we're going to play a clip here in a second, but I just want to chat with the chat for a bit. I don't care which team advances, but if either of these teams meets the Rangers in the finals, I would be so happy. Hey, man, listen. Don't count these teams out. By the way, I do want to say that, I call it Humpty Dumpty Hoglander. Yeah, I call him Hoglander. What are you, new? I know it's Hoglander. I'm calling him the Hog, the Hogster. I'm curious to see how these teams match up against Dallas or Colorado. Adam, what's your favorite pizza spot and type of pizza? That's a good question. Well, if the SDP ever gets a pizza sponsor again, it will be that one. But in Toronto, there's a place called Libretto, and I love it. There's also Maker Pizza, which I think is. Do you guys know who Matty Matheson is? That's his restaurant, and it's real good. That's what we get in the East End because we don't have Libretto. Real good. Real good. Nils Homelander. That's good. I haven't seen that show, but I see a bunch of clips of it on TikTok, and I've heard it's amazing. Peter, Dallas is just so deep. They are. They are. Such an obvious stick hold that didn't get called. That's why Myers was annoyed. Nick, you're right, but like, come on, man. You can't. So what Janmark does there is textbook playoffs. Grabs his stick, pisses him off, gets a penalty. And who's more valuable to their team? Right? We talk about, when we talk about fights, we talk about, I'll take that trade. It's why you never see Matthew Tkachuk fight anyone. You never see Brad Marchand fight anyone. Why? Because their equivalent on the other team is the other team's best player most of the time, right? Unless they're fighting, let's say it's Toronto, Austin Matthews, unless they're fighting Leon Draisaitl or Connor McDavid, why would they fight your team's tough guy? That takes them off the ice for 2 minutes. And in this particular case, Tyler Myers, I know Canucks fans give him a hard time, but he's been good for the Canucks in these playoffs. Size does matter in these playoffs. Size is back in vogue. And him and Zadorov have been pretty good players. And I know Soucy and Myers together have not had the best numbers, but he is valuable. And I think I would wager that Tyler Myers is more valuable to the Canucks than Janmark is to the Oilers. And I don't think that's too much of a stretch. So Janmark did a veteran move. He's been in the playoffs. I'm going to piss this guy off. I'm going to get him to cross-check. I'm going to get under his skin. It works. And I think what's funny is that the refs called Janmark for a roughing when really that should just be a dive. It was a dive. And he shouldn't have dove. That's all I'm saying. All right, we're going to run a clip here. I know producer Hayden's ready to do this thing, so let me introduce this one. Let's talk about this from the SDP, the Bruins and Panthers series, and just how crazy this series has been. Really entertaining, really exciting, and kind of bloodthirsty. Check it out. Boston, Florida.
The series rules forgot.
What do we think, guys?
I mean, okay, so I think Panthers fans right now are probably like, all right, Steve, let's hear it. Because there was another goaltender interference challenge that failed. And a lot of people are like, why did that fail?
It was a makeup call. Like, I don't think anybody should just bandy around the issue. It was a makeup call. You can't call one and then not call the other. It was clearly the very similar play where everybody thinks it's goalie interference, and based on the rules, it should be called goalie interference and the goal should be taken back, but they didn't do the other one, so you can't do this one. It's a makeup call.
I know people were pointing out Ekman Larsson is the one who took out Bobrovsky's stick. I was looking more at Heinen's stick being in Bobrovsky's skate.
Yeah, and right on the pad, yeah.
Which is, to me, like far more important. Bob is maybe sort of looking for the contact there with the arm. But Elliot Friedman, he's one of the most informed and powerful insiders in all of hockey. I was listening to the 32 Thoughts on the way in here. His best theory for why that counted is they didn't want to deal with it.
Oh yeah, no, it's 100%. We made a mistake. We made a certain call in the previous game. Now we have a very similar call. We gotta keep our consistency here.
I'll be dramatic. And again, I don't have a dog in this fight. I'm a Leaf fan. Not the biggest fan of the Panthers. Not the biggest fan of the Bruins. I am a fan of hockey, so I'm watching. I hope this series goes 7 and they tear each other apart. I hope Game 7 goes to 7 overtimes and all of them collapse at the end of it. And then the puck just sits there. The Stanley Cup playoffs are bordering on illegitimate. Like I'll be
All right.
See, the thing is, watching the Canucks and Edmonton Oilers, you wouldn't get that.
Yeah.
no, but like I'm teetering on that. You had like and you have numerous reporters, credentialed reporters, including Freeze. This was part of the 32 Thoughts discussion. They release an explanation. Oh, good. They released an explanation. Can either of you guys pull up the 13 words or whatever it was, 12 words that they pulled up for the explanation?
You want me to read it?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. It's literally, it wasn't goaltender interference because it wasn't. Anyway, get back to eating your slop. Hey, I know I like them nice and sloppy. Like they're the lunch lady from Billy Madison, this league. Eat your slop, stupid. The NHL. The following is a statement from Gary Bettman. Eat your slop, dummy. It's not goalie interference because fuck you. Hey, why isn't this goalie interference? Why isn't it goalie interference?
Stop.
What? I'm a paying customer.
Oh my God.
I'm being the NHL. Here. You ask me a question.
No.
Here. No. Three cam it. Adam, you ask me a question. Ask me a question.
Well, the other play I thought was one of the more egregious officiating errors in all of the playoffs so far. Was Bobrovsky made a shoulder save. he made a save with his shoulder, and he went out. He thought he was squeezing the puck. So he went down in front of the crease, like in the middle of the slot. He went down on the ice, but he didn't have the puck. And the official didn't realize that he just made a save off his shoulder. The puck was just in the middle of the zone, and the Bruins were about to get it and score on an empty net because Bobrovsky was lying in the middle of the slot thinking he was squeezing the puck. And the official decided, I'm going to blow the play dead because Bobrovsky must have it or he's injured. And neither of that was the case. He was not injured. He just simply made a save and thought he had the puck. And the Bruins were about to score in an empty net. And the official was just like, all right, stop play. And all the Bruins are just like, what are you doing? And there's no repercussions for that. They stopped a scoring opportunity with an empty net, and you just got to move on. And I don't know how you get those things back where the officials cost a team possibly a goal, and you just got to move on with your life.
I have a question.
It hurts.
I have a question. Are NHL refs terrified of the Boston Bruins? I think they are.
In what way?
I really think because they can't officiate their games. Like, whether it's the Bruins getting the advantage on the whistle or the disadvantage on the whistle, I don't remember that. Like, I watch a lot of hockey. I watch a lot of Bruins hockey. I can't remember the last normal game. There's always fucking something. This Leafs-Bruins series was the most peaceful one, like, by far out of the four. Over the last 11 years.
It was.
By far the least amount of nonsense. It's just a bunch of friends trying to look at that.
So if in case, I assume you haven't seen this yet, but this is what happened.
God.
So right here, as I described, the Bruins have the puck by the faceoff dot. They have the puck. Bobrovsky is almost literally in the slot, way out of the zone, because he made a shoulder save and he thought he was squeezing the puck. So he comes out, he makes the save, but if you see here where my mouse is, that's where the puck is going. It bounced off the shoulder. Marks. And he thinks he's saving it. So he's just way out the net here.
Bob is in the concourse getting chicken fingers. Are you kidding me?
Right about now, while the Bruins are shooting the puck on an empty net, is when the referee's like, oh wait, no, Bob was injured. He's down here. He squeezed it. Little do they know the puck's just out of the zone.
Is
he not anywhere near the goalie?
Did they score?
No, they stopped play.
No.
But
he took the shot.
This shot did not go in. No.
Oh well,
it lands about here, deflected, but like there's a whole play going on.
Man,
Oh, that's rough.
Yeah.
I don't
really
think I've
rough.
ever seen a whistle for that ever.
No.
Ever. Like, if a goalie gets hit in the mask,
Yeah.
sometimes you might see it. Dude, not
They thought
playoff.
they thought this injured him. Just a shot off the shoulder.
We need Jack Edwards on this one. Just take the Andreas Janssen audio and put it over this. I mean, if he's not lying unconscious, you can't blow the play dead. But it's
like-
the same situation.
Yeah.
Your job as the linesman or the official when you're stopping plays is like make sure you're stopping play for a good reason.
Yeah.
Like, make sure the puck is actually with the goalie.
And
And they can't do the simple parts of their job.
I also want to say that hockey games don't stop because players are uncomfortable. So even if he was hurt,
Remember,
like yeah, and
Dude.
they continue play.
I hate to be unk about this. Daniel Alfredson near murdering Darcy Tucker and then scoring a game-winning goal while Darcy Tucker is like twitching on the ice.
It's uncomfortable watching.
That's a
that.
crazy play.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's
Forgot
a
about that.
crazy play. And
Yeah.
guess, like, I watched. There's a really funny clip of Draymond Green was lying on the floor, and they just simply were like, "That's enough out of Draymond," and play continued. And the teams exchanged possession like 3 or 4 times before the play
Yeah.
stopped.
Yep.
Like the Golden State Warriors had the ball and they're dribbling it up the court, and one of their players is just lying half dead. Like I'm across sports, dude. Like imagine, like to talk about a Bruins moment. Gregory Campbell, when he was on the Bruins, and the league favored them, blocks a shot. Breaks his foot, continues to play, and that moment is remembered. It is immortalized because he stayed out there and he gritted it out and he kept going, and now you have that moment forever. But what if after the first block shot they were like, "Oh, no. Oh, Greg, no. Are you okay? Are you shh, I'm talking to Greg. Are you all right? Is there anything I can do? Do you need a pops? What flavor? What flavor? I'll go get you a popsicle. Freezy, do we have the It, and it's a goalie.
Been a fun series. That Boston, Florida one. And I can tell you the only complaint I have as a Leaf fan is that they haven't injured each other more. You know, there's only one Brad Marchand injury. Come on, guys. You can do better than that. You can cheap shot each other to death. What's this respect stuff? Although I have to give some respect to Marchand today, who was like, I've been on the other side of this and a bunch of times. Like, he admitted it. I respect it. Can we talk a little bit about the Canes Rangers for a second? What'd you guys think? 3-1 going into the third period. Chris Kreider, breaker of hearts in the southern United States. But I gotta say, like, the first goal that the Rangers score where Freddie is completely wide is weird. And I'm like, what? I'm not sure why he's not in position. The one that killed me and gave me flashbacks was the one where I think it was Zabinajad got it to Freddie's skate, and then it just got shoved in. Like, Freddie saw it, didn't quite cover it, and the Rangers were able to score. And it's just, yeah, it was Zabinajad. I think that was the not the tying goal, but the one right before. So goal number 2 for the Rangers. And I'm like, buddy, get down and cover that damn puck. Like, I don't want to dump on him because I know he's going to get a lot of crap. But I don't actually hate to be this guy. Let me tell you, I said this. I've been saying this. Freddie's not a playoff guy. He's not. It reminded me of some Freddie times with the Leafs, man. I'm not going to lie. Big games are hard. Big games are hardest on goalies. And so this isn't like a personal thing, but damn, Damn. The Kane kid crying was nuts. The kid crying for the Canes crushed me. It's nice to hear you guys have a heart. That's nice. Man. And by the way, this could be the end of an era for the Canes because Don Waddell, I believe, is out, or at least his contract is up. There have been a lot of hints. Anybody that I talk to around the league thinks that he's going somewhere else. And I have heard a team name specifically associated with him. I'll leave that for now. But I have heard. And, is it time for Eric Tulsky to step up there? He's a guy that I've actually really liked for a while. He's an advanced stats guy. But you know what I like about Tulsky is, can you name a Carolina Hurricanes trade where they've lost? Despite the fact that they haven't quite got over the hump, name one trade that they lost. Doesn't happen, right? Eric Tulsky is behind a lot of that. Behind a lot of that. So, yeah. Anyway, I want to say that I'm if they screw over Rod Brind'Amour, and let's be honest, screw them over. Tom Dundon should give Rod Brind'Amour and his coaching staff a raise. And listen, there are a lot of people who are like, oh, well, they're only a good regular season team. What are you talking about when you say that? They were in the third round last year. Yes, they didn't win a game against the Panthers. I know. But they were there. They got to the second round this year. That saved Sheldon Keefe's job for the Leafs last year when he got to the second round. That got him a 2-year extension. And he didn't even make it to the 2-year extension. The 2-year extension hasn't even kicked in yet. So what are you talking about? Rod's only a good regular season guy. It's ridiculous. So if they screw him over here and they don't give him the money that he probably deserves, he wants to stay in Carolina. He's desperate to stay in Carolina. If they don't, I'm curious about who hires him. I tweeted about it in the intermission. I actually don't think the Leafs are going to hire him. There's rumors tonight about Craig Berube and Mark Savard coming, but that's going to be a sought-after guy. And the Don Waddell thing is interesting, too. This could be the end of the Carolina Hurricanes as we know it. Bar is higher for good teams or better teams than the Leafs. True, Travis. The bar's been pretty low in Toronto. We've let a lot slide. No, next year it'll be good. The joke is true, by the way. But it's not. This time it wasn't on Leafs fans. It was Leafs management. Leafs fans were telling Leafs management after Montreal, you guys got to do something here. And Leafs management was like, no, we'll get them next year. They didn't. Or the year after. Or this year. Let's play some hockey. Here we go. I'm going to clap once the faceoff's dropped. There we go. And because a ref dropped it, they didn't mess it out. Will Rod the Bod be the coach of the Canes next season? I'm going to say yes on that poll. Thank you for the poll. But I don't know. 19, Berube would fold Rod. All right. Listen, I'm a Rod guy. I'm not a Berube guy. The more I hear about Craig Berube, the better things I feel about him. I initially was a little sour about the fact that the Leafs, that might be their guy. But I have asked around, and Craig Berube apparently is very, very well liked by the players that play for him, and also is quite strategic. I didn't love the last couple of years of the St. Louis Blues, though. Whenever I watched them, I was like discombobulated, but that might come down to personnel, too. You never know. Shots are 11-11. It's 4-on-4 to start the second period. 1905, 1904, 1903, 1902, 1901. Let us align our streams and let us enjoy the next two periods. And let's see if Vancouver can tie this game up. They did tie the game up, and then 23 seconds later, Edmonton pulled ahead again. And that's all within the last 3 minutes of the first period. By the way, 4 penalties taken by the Edmonton Oilers in the first period. 4 penalties taken by the Vancouver Canucks, 2 by the Oilers. But each time the Oilers call, it's a 4-on-4. So Vancouver has gotten very little power play time, maybe like 30 seconds. Refs doing the makeup calls, but they're not really giving Vancouver an advantage here. Mahez Canucks are going to annihilate the Oilers here. Just watch. All right. Oh, good save by Cal Pickard. Here's the deal. Get bodies in front of Calvin Pickard, baby. Adam, we're getting Roddy B in Toronto. Didn't anyone tell you? Didn't SL tell you? Is that SL? Jeff E. Adam at the urinal. Let's align our streams. Yes. Let us align our streams. And we go hands-free at the urinal. You know what's super weird? And I'll tell you this only because it's after 11:15 my time. Here we go. Hold on. Face off. And, of course, I couldn't see the face off because they had it right on Brett Kulak's ass. So, it'd be great, guys, if we can see the face off. I want to see the puck hit the ice, specifically so I can hit the streams. So we can align streams. Anyway. I am going to reset my Sportsnet feed because I got a little behind last game. And I want to make sure that we're set to go here before we align streams again. For whatever reason, their online feed is just difficult. They're difficult. DD Weiss, don't cross the streams. That's right. Ghostbusters reference. Uh-oh. Garland's looking hurt. And the Oiler player is mad at him for it. Hey, screw you and your bruises. Fogle, I hope Garland's okay. He's been amazing. So Fogle and Garland kind of get into it at the blue line. Oh, yeah. That is a absolute penalty all day, Warren Fogle. All freaking day. Put the mouth guard back in. Let's call it what it is. That's a penalty. Adam, do you think Joel Quenneville should get reinstated? I don't think he should. I think the NHL has made the call there. And I think that they're right. I think, unfortunately, is Adam sailing the 7 seas? No, I'm sailing the expensive seas. Sportsnet now. $50 million a month. Two minutes for interference. I think Rick Tocchet's looking for a boarding call there. It was a board, but the refs don't want to call that. And I don't understand why. But I guess knowing how they ref a game, and as we say, Patterson with a good shot. They manage the game. They don't ref it in the playoffs. Best Quinn Hughes. Queen. He is queen. He is king. He is Quinn. Thomas, tax write-off, though. True. Sportsnet now is a tax write-off. At least for me. I think. Maybe it's not. Ask my accountant. I do need to have it. It's a lot, though. It's a lot. Noted billionaire Adam partaking in a little bit of piracy on the side. No, I am not pirating. I'm watching legitimate Sportsnet feed. What I don't like about it is that it's always so far behind. But if I get the Rogers Now or Rogers app, which again isn't cable, it's digital streaming, not only is the picture way better, and in fact, I should probably start doing that at work. It's always aligned properly too with the on-air feed. It's like they delay the Sportsnet feed on purpose. It drives me nuts. Here we go. Pettersson up along the face-off circle. Besser. It was Miller. Damn. Dude. Wow. See, you know what? I can't even see the numbers because the picture is so bad. I got to stop complaining about this, but it's driving me nuts. Hughes over to Pettersson. Looked like he tried to find Besser. Couldn't get him. Miller behind the net. Out to Pettersson. 20 seconds left on the power play. Vancouver looks really dangerous. They're looking good. This is what you want. Yep. You got some bodies in front of the net. You got some down, like slap shots that are tippable. By the way, 15:37. Billionaire Adam dipping his beak into some tawdry hockey. Sometimes us billionaires like to get dangerous, you know? By the way, My feed is always behind when I'm on Sportsnet. I know. Okay, so next game, I'm going to use the Rogers Ignite app. So Taylor says, I'm using the Rogers Ignite app, and you're about a minute behind my feed. What the hell? That drives me crazy. You know what? I can't change it now, but on Saturday when we're doing this, because we're back Saturday, we're going to use the Rogers Ignite app, and this will be easier. McDoofus has been a ghost tonight. Can you see him? LOL. Man, imagine chirping McDavid. Couldn't be me. All right. Dakota Joshua taking it across the blue line. Whoop. Oh, no, it's not offside, and it's not a too many men because the Oilers put the Canucks offside into their own zone, so therefore it's not offside. And here we go. Oh, we got a steal. Hoglander scores! Oh, no, it's DiGiuseppe. I thought it was Hoglander. DiGiuseppe, I've been telling you about this guy. He's got 2 points tonight. He was, coming into this game, according to expected goals, the least dangerous player on the Edmonton Oilers roster, but his wife has a kid on Sunday. Apparently, it was a difficult pregnancy, and he's like, I'm back. I'm dad energy now, and I'm scoring goals, baby. Hold on. Was this offside? No, Draisaitl will put that offside. It's not offside. Wow. DiGiuseppe's been great. And you know what? He's been great all playoffs in his role. Nice little spinorama right through the legs of Calvin Pickard. Nice steal. Man, Evan Bouchard is going to want that back. Great. Underrated there. Underrated, and I think it's important that we talk about this. Nils Oman did a really great job pressuring Evan Bouchard. When you go back and you look at that, his forecheck is the reason Evan Bouchard rushes the play and DiGiuseppe's able to strip him. It's a good one. Are we aligning streams? Have we aligned streams yet? I'm going to do a little countdown here in a second so we can. $14-20, $14-19, $14-18, $14-17, $14-16, $14-15 left in the second period. Here we go. Oh! All right, so here we go. KV. Hey, Adam. I'm from Fort McMurray, and we had to get evacuated the other day, but wanted to say your streams and the SDPN podcasts have been keeping me sane in these dark days. I appreciate you guys. KV, appreciate you, man. And listen, I know that it's a semi-regular thing that is happening now in Alberta with people being evacuated. I'm really, really sorry. I hope that you get to go home soon if you haven't gone home already. I know the air quality has been just garbage out there too. Even Julian was talking about it in the group chat. I hope that your family and that your home and everything are A-okay through this. Can't imagine what that's like. But rooting for you, pal. Rising, they did unfortunately miss the too many men call. Is that a too many men call? Because he's right at the boards. I think that's just a change. That's just a normal change. Had Dakota Joshua, touch the puck, then it's too many men. Oh, Myers almost has the 3-2 goal. Now Edmonton is going to have a 2-on-1 with the guy you don't want a 2-on-1 with, McDavid. And Nuge was with him. Draisaitl was falling behind. And now we got a 2-on-2. Lindholm driving the net on Pickard. No, just the backhand just goes wide. There's nobody wide to grab it. Man, here comes Zach Hyman. Bring the puck down deep into the zone. Pettersson. Quinn Hughes with a breakout pass. Hoglander in deep. The Hogster. I'm going to call him Hoglander just for you Canucks fans. Haha. I like this Lindholm, Hoglander, Pettersson line. Pettersson looks like a different guy. This is the best I think he's looked all playoff. And that's an icing by the Oilers. And they definitely needed a change there. So that is, Vancouver really has had a great second period. And the fans are standing up and the towels are going. Vancouver's been as good in the second period as the Oilers were for most of the first. And, the Oilers were augmented by Vancouver taking silly Billy penalties like Pew Suter and Quinn Hughes, like goaltender interference and puck over glass. But I got to say, got to hand it to Vancouver. This is the best they've looked since Game 3. Dean Thibodeau, what's your mug? This is a Nashville mug that I bought last year when we were at the draft. Wherever we go as a network, I try to buy a mug in the airport. I don't think we're going to Vegas this year. It's pretty expensive, but the next time we do like a little SDPN family vacation, I'm going to make sure that we get a mug from there. It's always good just to have a reminder. Plus, it's good to have in the office, right? You don't want the kitschy stuff at home, but sometimes in the office, a good Nashville mug's good to drink out of. Sierra Marlowe, sadly, I need to give in to sleepiness because I have to go to work early tomorrow. Good night, everybody. I hope your team wins. Sierra, we will miss you. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for being here. And thank you all for being here. We almost have 1,000 people in the chat now. That's pretty cool. Can we get some likes going, though? Only got about 260 of those. We can pop that up. More people can find the stream. Oh, we're up over 1,000. How about that? 11:38 left in the second period. Please come to Vegas. It's fun here. Rita, thank you. We are going to go to Vegas at some point, I'm thinking. There are plans. Oh, here we go. Oh, Di Giuseppe with another shot, but Pickard has the... Oh, here comes Zadorov. Oh, and somebody trips up Zadorov. I didn't see who did it, but I believe the Vancouver Canucks are going back to the power play, and that, ladies and gentlemen, was a legitimate penalty call. It wasn't the goofy, ticky-tacky stuff they were doing in the first period, and Evander Kane is not happy about it. That is... Oh, I thought Di Giuseppe might have been offside there. Doesn't matter, but there was an argument, and then Kane, yep. See, here's the thing. Here's what happened with Kane. Kane had that called against him for one reason. Can you name it? I'll give you a second. He had that call against him because he stopped a scoring chance. You can slash on the hands in the playoffs. It happens all the time. What you cannot do is screw up a scoring chance by doing that. They're going to call it every time. And he knows that. He knows that. In the regular season, that's a call every day. In the playoffs, if it's a scoring chance, it's a call. Period. End of story. Natalie Drake, I'm riding my young horse Pikachu in his first ever competition this weekend. Cool. Can we get some good vibes wishes? Big love to you and STP. Natalie Drake. Hey, guys, can we get some love for Natalie Drake in the chat? That's pretty freaking cool, Natalie. Are you a show jumper or are you a barrel racer? I dated somebody once who was a barrel racer, and it was the most crazy thing I've ever seen. I don't know if you guys should Google image search barrel racing. It's when I lived in Calgary. It's crazy. I was so impressed. Adam, I know you talked about Dutchie earlier in the stream. As someone who worked with him recently, great broadcaster and even better person. Thank you, S. John. I agree. I never knew Dutch, but there's not a... some people are so good that when people talk about them behind their backs, it's compliments. There's like 2 or 3 people in my life that I can honestly say I've never heard anybody say, like, talk shit. And that at least that I've known. And Dutch seemed like one of those guys. And I think that's pretty cool. Natalie Drake, show jumping for me. I have this super cool young warm blood and an older semi-retired girl I've had for 9 years. Well, Natalie, we wish you the very best. And here's what I'm hoping. No matter what team, what team goes forward in this. Oh, are we going to see you Saturday night, Natalie, is my question. Because if we don't, I want to know the results when we get to the Western Conference Final. But I hope we see you Saturday night. If you're out celebrating and getting drunk because you won, that's cool. Oh, Edmonton just got away with one there. Pettersson from the sidewall, down to Miller, to Lindholm, back up to Quinn Hughes, to Pettersson, to Quinn Hughes. Oh, nice shot. Quinn Hughes back saves it at the blue line. Edmonton getting really aggressive on the PK. They know that these guys are a little more tired. Whoa! Oh, we almost have a wide open Brock Besser, and they just can't get it to him. You know what's interesting about the Edmonton Oilers there? I think, I could be wrong about this. Oh, is Jesse here? What's up, Jesse? Where's Jesse? Where is he? I'm seeing a lot of crabs come up. Where is Jesse? Is he excited about his Rangers? Big win. Big win, those New York Rangers. Yes, we'll absolutely be here Saturday night, but it continues Sunday. All right, Natalie Drake, you just... Oh, my God. Did Vancouver just take another penalty? Are you kidding me? Pettersson high stick on Warren Foegele. No way. The guy that caused the last one. Wow. Charging on Pettersson? This will be our third 4-on-4 of the game. Vancouver is not allowed to have a full power play. They're just not. What happened here? How did Pettersson get charging if he's... I guess he jumped? How is that charging? That's a terrible call. He wasn't even in stride. Unless there was... You could make the argument it's an elbow. Charging? That's listen. Oh, Canucks fans are throwing their beer on the ice. That's a garbage call. And listen, again, leaving the skates is technically charging, but from my understanding of the rule, you have to be in stride, right? Charging rule NHL. Let's look it up. Rule 607. Actually, this is the USA Hockey one. The onus on the player delivering the check is to avoid placing a vulnerable or defenseless opponent in danger of injury. Okay. Here's how it skating or leaving one's feet jumping into an opponent to deliver a check. Accelerating through a check for the purpose of punishing the opponent, or skating a great distance with the purpose of delivering excessive force. So it does include skating or leaving one's feet jumping into the opponent to deliver a check. I guess by definition, that's a charge, guys. Okay. Man, I you know what? To be honest, I haven't seen a... Oh, they didn't. They took it back. No, it's a penalty. That's wild. You know what? The thing that makes this sort of a bad penalty call, first off, is that by ref definition standards here, okay? And we're grading on a curve. Nothing should be called on the Vancouver Canucks. They've already had like 5 penalties called against them. The refs need to do some makeup calls, right? Second part about that is that happens all the time in the playoffs. All the time. It's just weird that they'd call it on Pettersson. Lady Bing Pettersson. My brain is just fuzzy right now. I don't understand. It's, you know what? Steve and Jesse and I were talking about it on the pod earlier this week. And, you know, I hate making the conversation about the refs. I hate it because I just want to talk hockey. And refs are not hockey. They're just a facilitator. It's like talking about the refs is like talking about the paint on the ice, right? It's just a part of the game, but they're not. But anyway, long story short, Steve went on a huge rant, and I have to admit he had a point. That was a bad call, and it's not that I'm like anti-Oilers here. I'm not at all. I just look at this and I'm like, come on, like if you're gonna call a penalty, make it a good one. Especially in a game like this where 5-on-5 is where you want the most of the game to be. It's supposed to be. It's the playoffs. You intentionally make it violent, except for Game 5. You intentionally don't call anything except for Game 5. Weird. And now, what'll happen? Oh, McDavid, good save by Shelovs. Here's what's going to happen, guys. And Oilers fans, you're not going to like this. Because they made that call, the refs are now going to be watching the Oilers like a hawk. They're going to be on them. I think Edmonton's got 2 or 3 penalties tonight. Vancouver's got 5. The Oilers are getting at least one more penalty. And my bet, unless it's something absolutely egregious, it's going to be something like holding this or a little trip or whatever. Guys, I'm telling you, Edmonton is going to get the next penalty, and it might be another kind of wimpy penalty. Oh, we got an email here. Yep. So yeah, I guess the Pettersson call. Somebody just sent me the rules. Pettersson calls for real. As I said, I looked it up. Oh well. There's a makeup call coming here, guys. Get ready. Bluger, Joshua Garland has been my fave line. It's been a good one. Oh, here we go. Hronek. Oh, man. Talk about a guy who desperately needs a point. 3 points in his final 20 games. Crazy what a cold streak he's on. All right, here we go. 7:07 in the second. Sorry, I was just Jesse sent me an email. I guess one of you sent an email to our email system arguing the Pettersson call and how it was a charge, which I admire the passion. I just had to look at it. And by the way, weirdly enough, I think there's an Alexa going off in our building. Anyway, I think the Alexa was arguing with me about the penalty call too. 6:23 left in the second period, guys. This is wild. I love the passion. Love the passion. Oh, so it's Corrigan. Learn the rules before you actually whine on a call. It's okay, Corrigan. We're here to have some fun, buddy. I know it was you. That's Jesse's fault. He set off every Alexa everywhere on his stream earlier. Is that right? Is Kelly Sutherland reffing this game in disguise? Man. I think the 21 shots from Vancouver, who would have thought? I honestly think that's as many shots as they had last game, isn't it? You know what? Honestly, it's supposed to be fun. This is supposed to be a good time. So let's just relax the vibes. And by the way, I'm sure whomever emailed me, who was it again? Michael. You'd be mad if that was against McDavid. All right? Just throwing that out there. Can I set off Michael's Alexa only? Hey, Michael's Alexa. Buy Adam Wylde a Ferrari. No. Buy Adam Wylde a McLaren. I'm a McLaren guy. Pettersson is going to score. Go Canucks, go. Oilers are Charmin soft.
Big shout out to our crew tonight, by the way. Justin Fisher, Hayden, producer Hayden, who puts together a mean stat pack. Love producer Hayden stats. Adam, your calling of the game is really good, nice and mellow. Thank you, Derek. I really, by the way, Canucks are out shooting the Oilers 10-1 this period. This is Calvin Pickard season. He's had a great period. I do want to throw this out there, though. I would like the penalties to stop. I know, listen, the Oilers are going to get the next penalty, but then I want it to stop. I want to see these guys play. This is the playoffs. I want to see these guys play. Here comes Connor Garland. Bluger. Down deep to Connor Garland. I love Connor Garland so much, guys. The more I watch the Oilers, I'm like, or watch the Canucks, I'm like, damn, I want Connor Garland on my hockey team. Is there a trip? You're kidding me. Did Dakota Joshua just trip Connor McDavid? No way, man. These guys that's a penalty, Dakota. You can't do that. Yo, he can't do that, guys. Listen, Canucks fans are going to be upset about that. Flat out, cannot do that. Cannot do that. As Zadorov says, they got to protect the investment. That's a stupid penalty. He shouldn't have done that. He caught you flat-footed. Adam, why are you not on AG1? I am on AG1, damn it. I am. Joe Connolly, nobody watches any sport for the refs. Agreed, man. They're taking center stage in this game. This is where it gets deflating, though, because I've got Canucks fans in the chat, I got Oilers fans in the chat, and you guys are all having a really good time. And yes, I see Steve Dangle in the chat as well, being a silly Billy. And we're talking about the refs. We're not talking about we're chirping about the refs and the refs calls. I don't want that. I want McDavid chirps. I want Pettersson chirps. I want calling out each other's goalies or whatever. I don't want this about the refs. Fart. Boring. Also, Vancouver's got to get a little smarter here. You can't keep taking penalties like that. And, if they take another one, Talk's going to have something to say after the game. But, here we go. Lindholm to JT Miller. Miller's just going to keep it low. Gets a little cross-check from Connor McDavid. Miller lost the stick. Got to go to the bench. Oilers or Vancouver fans wanting a call. They're not going to call that. That's not egregious. That's a push-off cross-check. Doesn't count. Not the same thing. Whoa! By the way, Steve Dangle is asking if I can stop being a biased barnacle. I'm going to do my best, Steve. I'm going to do my best. As fan here, just vibing. Enjoy the game, everyone. Kyle, welcome to the stream, buddy. If you ask Oilers fans, I'm biased against them. If you ask Canucks fans, biased against them. It's how I know I'm doing a good job. Oman puts that puck over with a little stick check. Guys, 1,150 people in the chat here. It's good. Can I get some likes? Can we get a little like spike? Can we smash that like button? Oh, Justin Fisher says, shout out Rod. He's your mod. I'm just hanging out because I think you're handsome. Well, thank you, Justin. Also, Rob, thank you for being the mod. I was told that Justin was modding tonight, but I was wrong. And I should have checked. Steve Dangle, Saudi Steve, and Abbotsford Adam. By the way, Steve and I chat sometimes at night. We just call each other and we're like, "Hey, what's up?" And when Steve's about to have a good night, like the kids are down, he could chill out, maybe crush an edible, watch hockey in his basement, which is the dream, is it not? We call it a Stevening. He's about to have a Stevening. I want to tell you that I'm very proud that I came up with that phrase. I'm taking credit for it because I don't get to take credit for much, so I'm taking it. I'm also taking credit for Saudi Steve. Aaron Grace, Saudi Steve can only afford $279. Should have gotten more. Yeah, he should have. You know, you should see that nice helicopter he just bought, though. Whoa! Chris L., if you don't like the stream, Gary Bettman wins. Guys, you don't want to let Gary win, do you? You can't let Gary win. Nathan Harris, dude, a Stevening is exactly what I'm doing right now. Jesse Blake, Saudi Steve should be able to donate 1 million subs. True. SDPN PWHL playoff finale streams. You know what, Rachel? I would like to do that. The problem is it may mean double duty. And I said duty. I seriously said duty. But you know what? I think that'd be a great idea. Let's do that. Yeah. Jared P., the moment when you donate to your own company. Nothing wrong with that, Jared P. Nothing wrong with that. By the way, these history moments that they're running on Sportsnet, like the Canadian Heritage moments, I just want to throw this out there. One of my dreams is to be in them. Can you imagine I get to be in a heritage history moment? It'd be like the dream. The other dream is to be in a Hallmark Christmas movie. They shoot those, a lot of them, and Vancouver fans will know this, in Vancouver. They shoot them in Whistler. They shoot them just outside because it's like so picturesque and beautiful. And apparently they shoot a lot of them midsummer and they fake the snow because it's, you know, you're outdoors for long periods of time. And it's, if you do it in the winter, it's cold and unpredictable. But if you do it in the summer, it's always kind of sunny. And then you put fake snow down and it's nothing. Just want to say that. What did Steve say? Don't peer pressure me into spending more. I'm not smart enough not to take the bait. Peer pressure him. Make him give away subs. Give away subs, Steve. Adam is going to be in a Hockey Heritage moment being pro Minnesota Wild. Well, I did make their hype video last playoffs. That was cool. And I think we had a request from an NHL team for Jesse or Steve this year. I don't know if it made it in, but we did have a request directly from an NHL team wanting to use our footage, which was so cool. So nice that they would ask because they could just take it. They don't actually have to ask us, but they did. I'm just not sure if it made it in. Adam Wylde, narrator. It has a nice ring to it. Giveaway sub, Steve. Let's go. Everybody wants subs, Steve. We can call you Sub Steven instead of Sub-Zero. Subby Steve. Here we go. Hughes to the net. Oh, couple of rebounds. Pettersson. Lindholm. Hoglander behind the net. Gets to Pettersson. We need people in front of the net. We need a shot. Oh, good shot, Petey. Couldn't get a butt in front of that net, but good shot. There's Lindholm in the corner. I've really liked him these playoffs. I know he had a rough start in Vancouver. He was just adjusting, but damn, dude, he's been a great pick. Oh, Lindholm! Oh, he almost scores. Man, where was this Lindholm-Pettersson line earlier? Good for Rick Tocchet putting these guys together. I have to say, it has been, Draisaitl had a good first period. Been a bit of a quiet one for McDavid and Draisaitl in the second period. 27-14 are the shots now. 27-14. And you have to remember, if you're just tuning in now, that the Oilers dominated the first period. Now, some of that was Vancouver penalty trouble, but some of it was 5-on-5 and better. Subby Steve and Dommy Adam. Yo, Jimmy, what are we talking about here? What are we talking about here? Petey is cheeks. All right, I'll get a clock reset. You guys are asking 2:11 left. 2:11 left. Justin Fisher, real ones, no scuba. Steve, absolutely. Boom. There's your face off. That's Star Wars, my friend. Love scuba. Who thought a Scottish lobster? Ooh, what a save. A Scottish like lobster / crab alien would be a good Star Wars character. And yet, Jedi Fallen Order figured it out. Oh, Fogel cuts to the front of the net. Good save by Shelov there. Adam's reading the most out-of-pocket chats. Yeah, you know it. Yo, are we here? We're here for hockey, but we're also here to hang out and have a good time, are we not? And we're here to email Adam about charging mid-game, which I do appreciate. Natalie Drake asked Steve if he wants an Arthur Morgan painting. Steve, do you want an Arthur Morgan painting? I'm going to say yeah, probably does. Can't do it the same way Steve does. I never finished that game. Should have finished it. Never finished it. I'm doing Fallout now. And now that we're doing these streams together, I'm thinking I'm going to video game stream a little bit more. Here we go. Suter with a shot. And I would like to do Fallout with you guys. Adam, smoke a big fat Philly blunt for the vibes. I don't think that's very professional. If we ever had a sponsor on this stream, they'd be like, could you maybe not? 36 seconds left in the second period. Just an unbelievable second period for the Vancouver Canucks. Really great. It's too bad they only came away with 1 goal, but they did tie the game up. Also, they got to stop taking penalties. The penalties are bad. Penalties are bad. Which Fallout are you playing, Adam? Fallout 4. I think New Vegas is just too old for me. Meaning, like, the graphics are just not great. But Fallout 4, and I know I want to play 76 at some point, but I'm just learning how to play Fallout. I never learned. What if a cannabis company sponsored you? Then you could rep their product on the air. Yeah, listen, it's weird. Cannabis companies, I don't know. Is it illegal to advertise? Is it illegal to advertise cannabis? Ontario. It is prohibited to promote cannabis or cannabis accessories or any service related to cannabis. This includes communicating information about its price or its distribution in a manner that could be appealing to young persons. Yeah. So interesting, because you can promote drinking, and they also say you can appeal to young persons by protecting health and safety of youth, which is obviously, yeah. You can't present it or any of its brand elements in a manner that associates the brand element or evokes a positive or negative emotion about an image of or a way of life, including glamour, recreation, excitement, vitality, risk, or daring. So you notice in beer commercials, they never, in Canada at least, they never promote the beer and the drinking of the beer, right? You'll see them cheers. You're not allowed to drink on camera, like in a commercial setting. Like, I could have a beer right now, unless that beer was my sponsor, and then I can't do that because that's promoting drinking. But I can promote, like, celebrate a cold one with the friends, with the boys. That's totally fine. Hey, do you want the fresh mountain taste kokanee? You know what I mean? Like, they can promote all that stuff. But with cannabis, you're not allowed to do any of it. So it's so interesting because alcohol is a mind-altering substance. Cannabis, mind-altering substance. Essentially, they do the same sort of thing to your brain, except different. Obviously, I know there's chemical differences. One, you can advertise because you've been able to advertise it for 100 plus years. The other, you cannot because it's relatively new to the market. Isn't that interesting? I wonder if that will change. Fallout 76 has one cool feature: build wherever you want. Fallout New Vegas is actually the best. If you can get past the semi-vintage graphics for you young folk, I should check it out. Shotgun a beer. That's funny. What's your favorite song from Van Halen? Hi from Quebec City. My favorite song from Van Halen is going to be from oh god. Favorite song? Is it from 1984 or is it from Van Halen 1 first off? Cuz I love both. Those are their two best albums, I think. It's got to be Panama or Ain't Talking About Love. And I'm going to give it to Ain't Talking About Love. If Steve is still in the chat, Steve would have been at one of my band shows when we used to do Ain't Talking About Love. Would you consider, this is from T.A. Neiman, would you consider hosting a Star Wars fan live someday? Love, SDP. I would love to do something Star Wars related on the channel if it made sense. Like, we ultimately are a sports channel, but video games and sports, what's the difference? I just don't know what it would be. Like, Star Wars wise, they haven't put out, like, since Battlefront 2, the second go around in 2017, which is a really good game. But people are so good at it now that if you play it online, you just get smoked. Like, it's not even fun. I logged onto it like last year and I was like, oh my God, I'm getting absolutely crushed by these people. Steve Dangle gifted 50 memberships. What? Guys, you bullied him into it. Yo, Saudi Steve coming through in the clutch, baby. Saudi Steve, what's up? Damn. Anyway, what I'm going to say, you know what? I'll make you guys a promise for Star Wars. Let's when the new Star Wars Outlaws game comes out, and I will be buying it. And yes, I will be buying the Locked Jabba the Hutt episode. You and I are going to hang out and we're going to play Star Wars Outlaws together. Damn. Boo. Bro paid himself. Saudi Steve, dude. Major League Hockey money. Let's go. That's crazy. SKR also gifted 20 memberships. Thank you. And Natalie Drake also gave a membership too. Guys, this is crazy. Thank you so much. That's awesome. James said, big part of this series is half the Canadian teams are going home. We stole it fair and square. USA. Yeah, that's true, James. But listen, James, it's a big deal. We're getting a Canadian team through to the Western Conference Final. We like that. Bullying works. Sorry, I was giving Isla a bottle. Well, thank you, Saudi Steve. We appreciate you, buddy. Crash Test Fetus donated $2. Hashtag Saudi Steve. Damn, everybody's just getting their membership. Clone Bob, I just subbed. Yes, buddy. Love seeing that. Matthew D. Adam, I miss your voice on the radio. Well, if you were listening to me on the radio, you were waking up way too early, weren't you? I loved the radio. It was a lot of fun. I have to tell you, though, it's pretty cool running our own business. I am hyper curious. By the way, if you haven't checked out the memberships, you should. We've got a VIP episode. That's our 4th episode every week where we talk not hockey and we talk about other stuff. And that's a lot of fun. You got to get on that. Oh, Corey Landega, another 20 memberships. Corey, what's up, buddy? Damn. Are we getting a bit of a train going here? Is the train leaving the station? Baby, look at this. Gift train's happening. Corey. Danny Day or Bud Brown, dude behind you's pants are awfully tight. Those are my pants. That's actually a mural of me. And this is a mural of Jesse. And we had to cover his pants. I think you can guess why. Derek, the answer is running with the devil for the Van Halen thing. Yeah, dude. I gotta say, Running with the Devil. The reason I got into Van Halen in the first place is I was watching Adam Sandler's movie Little Nicky. Anybody remember that? Where he's like the devil's kid and his mom's like an angel. Jared P gifted an SDPN membership. Thank you, Jared P. That opening boom, 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 Running with the Devil that he's playing at the beginning. I was like, what? I remember I had like the DVD and I got it for Christmas and I was like 10. And I remember putting it in the DVD player and watching this movie that I'd never seen before. And he plays that at the beginning. And I remember like getting the hair on the back of, or the hair on I was already hairy. I'm not even kidding. I was hairy at like 9. And I remember the hair kind of standing up and I was like, oh my God, what is that song? And I had to take the DVD back to the first scene. Cause remember it was like a big deal. You could select your scene. And I had to ask my mom. I was like, what song is this? And she's like, oh, it's Van Halen. I used to play them because my mom was a rock radio disc jockey. And I was like, I remember going, oh my God. And then my mom bought me the Van Halen Greatest Hits Volume 1. And I got to listen to it all. And I listened to that over and over and over and over and over. Such a great song. Get in the flask. Man, you know what the funniest part of Little Nicky is? The person that just keeps rubbing burning hot candle wax on them, on themselves. Very, very funny. It's a great one. Is this dude going to talk about all the damn cabbages lurking around? Little Nicky had a 10 out of 10 soundtrack. It did. It did. It was great. It was great. Oh, we got another 10 gifted memberships from SKR_13. Let's go. Nicole White, talk about hockey only. I won't, Nicole. I'm talking about Van Halen and Little Nicky. God, that was such a great movie, wasn't it? I have to go back and watch that. Man, look at the memberships coming out tonight. I love this. Keep the gift train going. I want you guys all to check this out because it's so cool that to have the VIP thing. The response has been amazing. If you are a VIP, thank you so much. You'll love. Best James Bond. Taking off, but I hit the like button before I left. Thank you, Best James Bond. You are, in fact, the best James Bond. Running with the Devil will always be weird for me since it's what the San Jose Sharks come out to. It's a good opener. How do you gift memberships? Can people get them for a month free? Yeah. So Bud Brown, that's how. So you go into the chat and there's the dollar support to show your support for SDPN. And essentially how it works is you get to choose if you want to gift memberships. And if you get a gifted membership, you have a free month of SDP VIP. And there are 2 tiers, right? So you've got the VIP ad-free, which allows you to listen to every episode that we do completely ad-free. But then there's like a level below that, and you get to get our extra episode each week. And it's always a lot of fun. Like I said, we get to roll with, I don't know if there are any VIPs in here. Can you attest to the fact that the VIP episodes are so much fun? It used to be like, people don't realize that this show is this is our 11th season of the Steve Dangle podcast. So it's been a lot. And we used to talk about hockey in the first hour and then just whatever in the second hour. That was how I used to build it. We only used to do 2 shows a week, hockey in the first hour, get goofy in the second hour. And then it became so hockey. And then we added an extra episode in order to talk about more kind of goofy stuff. And then that became all hockey as we got more and more and more into it and became smarter broadcasters, frankly, that we didn't have time for the other stuff. So we do that in the VIP. Artemis, I'm a big fan of the VIP episodes. Brad, no swearing at him. I'm watching with my mom. Hello, Mom. Hello, Brad's mom. Thrilled to have you along. Oh, look at this. All the VIPs jumping in. VIP episodes are lit. I want more. Yeah, guys, I'm so thrilled to hear that you love them. That makes me so happy. Eris Mix 23 gifted an SDPN membership. Thank you, Eris Mix. Punks are punk. Just got the membership. So look at you. Thank you so much. Natalie Drake, don't miss my super chat. Where is your super chat, Natalie? I can't find it. I will go back and look for it. I will find you. All right, guys, here's what I need to know. First, Natalie, once again, so grateful for the community you've built at STP. Oh, I'm having the most delightful time as per usual, even though I should have been painting. Natalie, you paint so much that that you might need to take a break and just enjoy. You can take your Thursday night off. Tomorrow's Friday. Bryception gifted 5 SDPN memberships. Thank you, Bry. James Breisher, goal horns in the NHL, and why is it Columbus uses a cannon? Well, Columbus uses a cannon because it's like a Civil War reference, right? And then they're like, for those about to rock, and they fire the cannon off. You know who else has got a cannon is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But they don't just fire it off. I've been to a Bucs game. They don't just fire it off when there's a touchdown. They freaking fire that thing off when oh my God, when they get inside the red zone, like within 10 yards. It goes off all the time. I sat right beside it. Adam has a particular set of skills. He will find your super chat. Yes, I will. Guys, thank you for all the gifts that you've been giving and allowing people to test out the VIP. And guys, it really does help if you do subscribe to the VIP. I will say that we are a small business. We're, trying to break into the advertising game and have had some small successes and that sort of thing, but it is enormous when you do subscribe. So to everybody that has, I just want to say really, really appreciate you. And Punks are Punk. I already subbed on Spotify, and now I got VIP episodes here too. Now I can see your faces. LOL. That's awesome. That's awesome. The Bucs cannon is absurd. It is, Jeff. It's freaking nuts. I don't understand it. It's so loud. It's so loud. Now, producer Hayden wants me to. First off, we had a Minnesota Wild mention earlier, and producer Hayden is a Minnesota Wild fan. So here's what I want to ask. Is anybody here a Minnesota Wild fan? Because it's you and producer Hayden. Hayden Matheson just gave 5 memberships. That's producer Hayden. He just gave 5 SDPN memberships. Damn, producer Hayden. What's up, buddy? Now he's trying to get people on side. Producer Hayden, we stand. Incredible. I was going to play a clip in the intermission here, but I kind of forgot. So we're not doing that now. I was gifted a sub, and I've kept it going since. I consume hours of your content a week. It's the least I can do. Well, I really appreciate that. SDPN, if Bezos tries to buy SDPN for $50 million, would you accept? Bezos? Jeffrey Bezos. Oh, we got a Wild fan. Would I accept $50 million? Yes, but then I would put the $50 million immediately back into the super chat to buy you all subs. You see, it's an investment in myself. You see, we got a Wild fan. There's Aaron. Rocky Zim. Minnesota Wild fans exist. Yes, they exist. It's the state of hockey. Okay. JP Peterson. Love a commentary, but info on the screen about the game he's watching would be nice. Time clock, power plays. I can't tell when they are playing 80% of the time. True. So here's the problem, JP. That's my fault. First off, we got to figure out a way to get the clock on the screen. We haven't done that. So we'll work on that. The other thing is that I have not been good enough about giving the time signatures. And everybody who's been watching me throughout the playoffs, and been a lot of Vancouver fans who've been here since game 1, they know that and they're used to it. But I got to get better at it because I want you guys to watch at the same time I'm watching. We got Derek, who's been a Habs fan since 1975. Derek, I don't think we were asking for that. The Wild are wasting Kaprizov. Trade him to Toronto for a first rounder. We'll take him. He's so good. Yo, he's so good. Producer Hayden would hate that, though. Yeah. Not a Wild fan, but I love Marc-Andre Fleury. How can you not? Nathan Valaket. I'm here for the grippers. Listen, you guys know what it takes to get grippers, and that's 1,000 likes. And I have not seen that yet. So, Bryception. Hey, Adam, is STP ad-free available anywhere other than YouTube? Also, what's the heaviest song that you love? So first off, STP ad-free, we call it VIP ad-free because you get the VIP episode and you get the ad-free episodes, are available on all platforms. So if you go and subscribe on Apple right now, YouTube allows for 2 tiers of subscription. Apple and Spotify don't. So we allow we allow the VIP one and then the ad-free one on YouTube because we're allowed to do it. On Spotify and Apple, we're not. So we just give you the whole thing. It's all the same price. It's $6.99. So if you want to subscribe just by if you listen to audio most of the time, if you're in your car and that sort of thing, and that's what makes the most sense for you, go for it. And the great thing with Apple too is like you can buy the whole year up front, and I think you get a discount on that, which is cool because I think you get the first month for free. And I think Spotify is the same. So that, that's awesome. Also, the heaviest song I love, the heaviest. So I am a big metal hard rock guy. And for a lot of people, this will not be the heaviest song, but my favorite heavy thrash metal song is actually by Judas Priest, and it's called Painkiller. And to me, what's so great about Judas Priest is they were able to take they did a little bit of the glam metal, a little bit of the hard rock in the 70s, a little glam metal in the 80s, and then the 90s came along and they're like, oh yeah, we can do thrash metal too with a double kick drum. I freaking love them. All right, here we go. 20 minutes to go. Edmonton got killed in the second period, but they were able to hold the fort, and I'm going to give you a clap to start here. There we go. Wow. Justin Fisher, I'd go Ace of Spades or The Trooper. That's a good one. The Trooper's a good one. I'm a big Iron Maiden guy too. Love Judas Priest. Strangely enough. Oh, here we go. Pew Suter with a big steal. Around 2020, like 2019 into 2020, Spotify did that Spotify Wrapped thing. They always did that. But they told me what my most listened to artist of the decade was, and it was actually Judas Priest. I didn't realize that. Robert Valpy, SDPN, Saudi Deep Pockets Network. Oh my gosh. Not quite. All right, 1858, 1857. By the way, thanks for all the gifts tonight, guys. That it really is amazing that you would do that. It's so cool that you're here. It's cool that you're here just watching. So just know how much that's appreciated. It really does. It's very moving, to be honest. Here we go. Ian Cole with a shot off the shoulder of Cal Pickard. 18:34 left in the third. We got a Darnell Nurse shot that really stung him, but he's back up. Evander Kane kind of takes a wild swing at the puck to get it out, but it was going out anyway. We're going to get a change from the Vancouver Canucks. Vinny Desharnais with the puck, the Seaweed Man, whose partner is going off, who is stung with a nice little stop. Trinket 2.0. This stream is a gift in itself. Well, thank you. Thank you. Metal Gods is the best Judas Priest song. I agree. Metal Gods Live is the best Judas Priest song. It's my favorite Judas Priest song as well. Oh, okay. Alexis on Fire, great band. Dillinger Escape Plan, great band. Damn, loving the heavy stuff. I gotta say, go listen to if you want some stuff that's a little newer, go listen to the Avenged Sevenfold live album. Well, there's a couple of them, but go listen to the earlier one. Oh, I got a bit of a stream mess up here, so I'm gonna have to reset. There is 17:16 left on my stream, but I'll give you guys an update in a second here, just because I want to make sure we're tracking on time, and it's the internet. 1703, 1702, 1701, 1659, 1658, 1657, 1656, 1655. I hope that was enough to align our streams. When we pee together. Besser, into the corner, flips it out. Quinn Hughes, no, that's Susie. I'm just used to Quinn Hughes being out on that left side point. It's like he's played the entire game, every game. He really is unbelievable. And when I watch Quinn Hughes, as a Leaf fan, I go, we don't have anybody like that. we don't have anybody close to that. So that's what an all-star defenseman looks like. Not that I don't love Morgan. I'm not taking anything away from Morgan, but there's a difference, right? Morgan Rielly's a very good defenseman. Great defenseman. Quinn Hughes is elite. Never had that in Toronto. I don't think a Toronto player has ever won the Norris Trophy. I think the last time we had like one of the best defensemen in the league was like Boreas Salming, and that was the late 70s, early 80s. Are we doing a little bit of hip hop in the chat now? Tom Casanova, check out Velvet Revolver. Oh, I checked out Velvet Revolver. By the way, I liked both of their albums, even though everybody hated their second album. And there's a song on there called American Man that if you like a good rock song, you will like that song. Adam, do a rap history corner. Dude, the history of hip hop is amazing. Oh, I cannot believe that is. Oh, okay. So Vancouver going to the power play. I cannot believe Höglander didn't score. Love Run the Jewels. Why can't we see a timer? It's kind of actually tricky to put one up. Oh, okay. I clapped there. 16-13. I clapped there. Here we go. Because they freaking fake drop the puck again. There we go. So when they fake drop the puck, what I don't understand is, okay, so you fake drop it. Everybody jumps for it. Are you not going to kick someone out of the faceoff dot? Because clearly you didn't drop it for a reason. So kick someone out. If you're going to kick them out, do it. But don't not drop it and then not kick someone out. You got to do, you know what I mean? I hate that. Man, I love the music going on in the chat right now. 1,100 people watching, which is insane. JT Miller and Desharnais and Ekholm, I think, cross-check JT Miller on both sides of his head there. Jesse has a timer. I know, but Jesse, listen, I think we went over this the other night. Jesse is significantly better with tech than I am. And I'm not even running the stream. Producer Hayden is. Jesse runs his own stream. Adam, are you streaming on the same computer you're watching on? No, but I am streaming on another computer. And yeah, well, you know what, guys, I'll get it for Saturday. I promise. Okay. I you know what? I've been meaning to do it. The problem is I leave here at like 1 a.m. and my mind, whoa, my goodness, Besser almost put one through Pickard's legs. My mind is a blank. It's like an Etch-a-Sketch. I leave the building at like 1:30 in the morning and I'm like, okay, time to go home and go to sleep. And I forget everything the next morning. So you're right. We need a clock. You deserve a clock. Yeah, guys, why are we going after producer Hayden? I haven't asked him to do it. I told you. It's my fault. Etch-a-Sketch brain over here. It's my fault. 15:26 left in the third period. 1:10 left on the power play. We got a shot from Hughes, blocked by the Edmonton Oilers. That was a 90-mile-an-hour shot. Is producer Hayden secretly Hayden Christensen? Well, it wouldn't be a secret if I told you. Luke Sampson, watching Heiskin and Makar last night made me so sad as a Leaf fan, knowing we don't have anywhere close to what they have as elite defensemen. Amen. And it's time. Like, it's time we stop ignoring that. Oh, Warren Fogle with a nice little play there. That's exactly what you want out of your PK. Burn some time, get a shot. Have you listened to Hardy? What Hardy is doing with alternative rock? Mockingbird and The Crow is a masterpiece of the album. I have not even heard of them. I'll check them out. Thank you for the recommendation, Ontario's Most Haunted. Wow, the Ontario's Most Haunted YouTube channel? No way. Really? I've heard of you guys. You do a great job. We are not here for a clock. We are here for you, Adam. Well, thank you. 14:07. Power play is over. It was a good power play for Vancouver. You got to give him that. But Calvin Pickard stood tall. And you know what? Edmonton's doing a good job blocking shots. Vancouver are putting on a good show in front of their fans, though. Like, this is the kind of home game you want. This is home ice advantage. You got Carter Garland behind the net. You got Dakota Joshua. Oh, man, these two have been really solid all playoff. Oh, there was an ant on my hand. You can tell spring is here. Bryson A. Bro, great stuff. How about a clock on the screen? Guys, stop it with the clock. Trinket 2.0. Adam is not a passenger. I do appreciate that. 13:22 left in the third period. Hayden, let's make a note of getting a clock for the next stream because Jesse and Drew know how to do it. Here comes Di Giuseppe. Here we go. Podkolzin and the fourth line getting a rare shift. Honestly, I feel for them because they've actually been okay, except for the first goal, which wasn't great. But Hayden just texted me. Okay, here's what producer Hayden just texted to me. He said, "Clock will be there Saturday. I swear on Kirill Kaprizov." Now that's a big swear. That's a big moment in the sand for Hayden because you know he's a Wylde fan. And you know Kaprizov is God to producer Hayden. Kaprizov is Anakin Skywalker to him. He will only be Darth Vader if he's traded to the Leafs. We got a offside here. 12:45, 12:44, 12:43, 12:42, 12:41, 12:40 left in the third period. What's your prediction on the third, Adam? Well, now, seeing as we're halfway through it, I'm going to say through the first 8 minutes, no goals. And I have no idea. Somebody asked me today, actually, they're like, what do you honestly think about the Oilers and Canucks? And I was like, I don't know. Because Edmonton had such a strong game 4, and Vancouver had a really amazing game 3, especially at the end. The comeback. Crazy. Yeah, I mean, right now, it's looking like Vancouver's threatening. But the thing about the Oilers is they are going up against a rookie goaltender, and they are really opportunistic. It's Connor McDavid. It's Leon Draisaitl. It's Zach Hyman. It's Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. It's Evander Kane, who already scored, who needed to score. And they already got a goal from, was it Janmark from Connor Brown? Oh, my God. That Höglander goal. He thought he had it. Man, Calvin Pickard. Who knew Calvin Pickard would be the guy? It's incredible. Forget the clock. Just give me Adam vocally counting down. Do you guys like my countdowns? I'm doing my best. Natalie Drake. It'll be overtime because I really want to go to bed, but I'm invested. Natalie, same. Adam, are you Tylenol or Advil? Used to be Advil. Now I am Tylenol, and I'll tell you why. I had a bad jaw, and then I started getting, and I've talked about this, Botox injections in my jaw, and now my jaw is perfectly fine and never has pain, and it's because I was clenching it too much. And so now I've changed over to Tylenol, and it's easier on my tummy. Luke Davidson, SDPN, please come to Peterborough. Luke, working on it. We're also working on Vegas. Throwing that out there. Won't be Vegas. It won't be Vegas in June, but at some other point. Yes, it's Botox talk time. Listen, it's the best. All right, it's time. We do this every game, and I always want to know, guys. You got to tell me, where are you watching from? Where are you watching from? Let's get a little. Let's get a citywide check-in. Dean Thibodeau, curious why Hayden is a Wylde fan. Well, Hayden, you'll have to answer Dean in the chat because Hayden is jumping in on the chat. Guys, where are we coming in from? We got Minnesota, Buffalo, Austin, Dallas, Nanaimo. Brad, Adam, love the show. My mom and I are watching. Brad, love you and your mom. Portland, Pittsburgh, Alyssa, love Pittsburgh. Campbellford, Stouffville, Rhode Island, Belfast. Finland. No way. Finland? That's cool. Kingston, Ontario. Love ourselves some Kingston. Singapore. Alderaan. Alderaan doesn't exist anymore. All right, nice try. Hyrule. All right, well, fine. I hope it's just not from the water temple. The real ones, no. It's not a place you want to go. Adam, could we get some time updates? Yes, 11:43 in the third. Currently just blew the whistle. Anchorage, Alaska. Vancouver. Well, yeah, would assume so. Tampa, just down the street from the Bucs Stadium. How's the weather there? Is it starting to get humid down there in Tampa? Because it sure does get humid in the summer. Edmonton, duh. Denver, New Jersey, Bowmanville, North Korea. Doubt that. Calgary, Taiwan, Tatooine. Garland almost had a goal there. 34-18 of the shots. The shots are Phil DiGiuseppe to Zach Hyman. You see what I did there? Garland against Vinny Desharnais in the weirdest size matchup ever, and Garland still comes away with the puck because he rules. Here we go. Landon just said, after my Rangers won, I texted my ex, who's a Canes fan, a gif of Igor waving bye against Pittsburgh in 2022. She blocked me, so I sent it to her mom too. Well done. Enjoy, Landon. Enjoy that win. Can't relate, but I'm happy for you, brother. 10:47, 10:46, 10:45, 10:44, 10:43, 10:42, and 10:41 left in the third period. DiGiuseppe coming in 34 with the 35th shot of the game. Unless he shot it over the net, in which case it doesn't count as a shot. Are we going overtime, guys? Mustafar, you coming in for Mustafar. Canadian living in Germany. Adam, did you see the Wolves dismantle the Nuggets today? I did not. Darwin, watching from Darwin, Northern Territory, Australia. Currently 35 degrees Celsius here. Woo! Baby. 10 minutes left exactly in the third. A lot of Australians in tonight. I love that. I love that you're here. I don't know how you found us, but I'm thrilled that you're here. The game's kind of become a little bit of an arm wrestle here. It will probably break open a little bit, but I think both teams are going to be somewhat tentative for the next few minutes because nobody wants to be the person who makes the mistake that leads to the go-ahead goal with 9 minutes to go in the game. Nobody wants to be that person, especially the way the game ended in Game 4. Like Canucks claw back to tie it up, and then less than a minute later, Edmonton scores. They took care of business. It's all about staying focused. Lindholm behind the net with Vinny Desharnais just giving him a big old hug. Hughes pinches. 8:53, 8:52, 8:51. No, it's 8:52. It's going to stay at 8:52. Whistle blows. Hayden also says hello. He's pretty busy producing. I'm once again jealous of the Aussies who get to watch hockey in the afternoon. I know. And you get to live in Australia. Question. Does it snow on any part of that continent? Does Australia, do you get snow ever anywhere in any major cities in the winter? Just jealous. Adam, would you come to Tampa for an outdoor game? Absolutely, Paul. We would do that. It's actually pretty cheap to fly from Toronto to Tampa. A lot of snowbirds, especially in the winter. So those prices come down. It's cheaper to fly to Tampa than it is pretty much anywhere in the country, in Canada. Canada's flights are outrageous. Kyle Grant, living in Australia where everything is trying to kill you. True. So it does not snow. It snows in Australia, but not in any major cities. Snows in New South Wales, Victoria, and Tasmania. Wow. I've heard Sydney is a lot like Toronto, except sunny and beautiful all the time. Some of my favorite radio, by the way, is done in Australia. I remember when I was like 18 or 19, I was on the air in Halifax, and I was like, where I could go anywhere right now. I could go work in radio anywhere. So I started applying for jobs in the UK and in Australia. I never got any because I didn't have any papers. But I wanted to work in Birmingham so I could get into London. Because Birmingham is the second biggest city in the UK, I believe. So I've heard it can be a bit of a rough place, but I wanted to go work at a station called BRMB in Birmingham, and I also wanted to go to Australia and work for a station called 2Day FM. And if you're an Aussie, you probably know Hamish and Andy, and you probably know Kyle and Jackie O. And those two shows were like my inspiration. I thought they're fantastic, and I believe they're both still on the air. Throwing that out there. Funny radio story for Adam. Where did I end up? Toronto. And then Calgary, and then back to Toronto. Adam, have you ever watched the UK show People Just Do Nothing? And it's a hilarious show about pirate radio. I never have. John Chan, Adam, are you British or Aussie? My grandfather is British. So my cousin left Canada and lives in the UK full time and has for about 12 years. She has a UK passport that used to be an EU passport, but it is not anymore. And I think you all know why. That kind of sucks. UK radio doesn't deserve your smoky dulcet tones. Yeah, I don't know. I loved the other thing is if you're from the UK, you have a treasure with the BBC. BBC Radio 1 and BBC Radio 2. Baby. Oh, baby. I just want to throw that out there. BBC Radio 1 rules. I was a big Chris Moyles guy. He's at Radio X now. 8:13 left in the third period. Here we go. Susie and Myers out there covering off Draisaitl and McDavid. That's probably why their numbers were so low, by the way. They were considered before Susie got suspended. Expected goals-wise, they had the worst numbers. And I wonder if a lot of it has to do with the fact that they were going up against McDavid and Draisaitl, who was on the line at that point, Hyman, and obviously Nuge and Draisaitl have switched pots a lot in this series, but like that's not a fun matchup, and you're not going to have good numbers. And nice little wraparound by Corey Perry, but Artie Party's got it. Adam, do you know the history of Norwegian black metal? You'd find it interesting. Murder, church burnings, and counterculture. I know a little bit, but not too much. Robert Valpy. Adam is a professional yapologist. But what am I supposed to do here? Be silent? Are we all just going to be quiet? There's not much. Listen, the game's been a little bit. I know when the game's kind of not going to be. It's been a little. Until that wraparound, what had really happened? Neutral zone, neutral zone, neutral zone, neutral zone. Come on, guys. And yeah, I'm a professional yapologist. Does Steve have ADHD? I don't know. But I would imagine that he and I both do. If I'm being honest. I never got tested, but I've been told by people that I should, because it's very helpful when you know, because then you can do things to help your brain. Connor Garland going deep against Vinny Desharnais again. It's hilarious to see those two players skate next to each other. Ian Cole with a pinch. Connor Garland down deep again, this time against Darnell Nurse. Also a hilarious matchup. Zadora with a shot. Goes wide. Puck's out. Ian Cole's got it. Back to Zadorov. The Oilers are going to change here. And I would imagine, the Canucks are changing too. Di Giuseppe's out there. Nils Amon is there. I like Nils Amon. I think he's been good. Good depth here. Hello from Kamloops. One Philly and one Colorado fan living under the same roof. How did you get Philly and Colorado into Kamloops? Hilarious. Bucho Biscuit, welcome to SDP VIP. Hey, thank you for subscribing. Ooh, just missed. CC tries to pinch and keep it in, but it is out and it is offside. How much time left on the clock? Good question. 6:05 left in the third. Not even a Canucks fans, but the statement Ian Cole pinches is a terrifying statement. I wouldn't want Ian Cole to pinch me either. Adam, did you see the local kids? Sorry. Amon is a Talkit guy through and through. Defensively responsible, plays the PK. Yeah, I think he's been useful. Adam, have you been watching Welcome to Wrexham? Yes, but I'm not on the. I'm midway through the second season. I have not watched the new season, and I didn't keep up on it. But man, it's just such great drama, fantastic storytelling. I love that show. 5:35 left in the third period for anybody. Adam, have you ever seen a UFO or believe in aliens? Believe in aliens, absolutely. Never seen one. Don't know if they're here or not. Absolutely, though. The galaxy's too big for it just to be us. My parents used to house Nick Holden when he played for Chilliwack. Hey, that's cool. Adam, how did you get so thick and cute? Well, I got thick when I became a dad and stopped working out enough. Cute? Baby, I was born this way. Move your head to the right. It's like some dude is grabbing your... Move your head to the right. It looks like some dude is grabbing your crotch, right, his crotch right next to your head. You mean this crotch? This crotch right here? That's my crotch. Believe it or not, that's my crotch. This is me as Johnny Cage. This is Jesse as a referee. And off camera, you can't see him. It's Steve as Sub-Zero. That's why we do this stream, is so you can see our crotches. And you can guess why Jesse has to wear an apron. That's right. Can you make some content with linesmen over the summer? I would love that. I think it would be funny. You know what? It's funny. So we do that hockey tournament every year for Easter Seals with Steve, right? The Eric Lindros one. And, Steve always raises a bunch of money, and it's awesome. And anyway, long story short, a linesman came up to me at that game, and he looked at me and he's like, "So we're useless, huh?" And this guy was probably in his 40s, and I'm like, "You're not useless. Linesmen in the NHL level are useless. The linesman thing at the NHL level can go away. We don't need that anymore. Linesmen for any minor league or beer league, you're key. We love you. You're not out there fake dropping pucks, trying to be the star." Wow. The Oilers fans are all just singing in the square there. That seems like a fun place to be. Should Adam be taking a linesman qualifier test? Yo, should I train to be a linesman this summer? Here we go. Adam, need to see Adam be a linesman in a house league game. Dude, I'm so not qualified for it. It'd be hard. It'd be really hard. 5 minutes left to go officially in the third period. Guys, I smell overtime. I see it coming over the hills like the cavalry. I got to tell you, it's 12:39 a.m. here in Toronto. And it's there's not a whole lot happening in this game because both teams are being super conservative. Oh, SKR gifted another 10 memberships. Thank you, SKR. Big shout out to SKR, who has donated 20 of these. John, anyone else not even streaming the game because Adam is all the entertainment you need? Well, John, I appreciate that. Thank you. .443 left in the third, guys. Dude, I'm telling you, there is a lot of, this game has slowed right down. We hit that 10-minute mark and they were like, no mistakes, please. Here comes Pettersson, though. 4 Oilers on him. See what I mean? I don't understand why hockey players do this, because with 4:22 left, you're essentially looking at overtime right now. It's as close to sudden death as you can get. You know the other team's going to have a chance to tie it up. But to me, it makes sense to be a little bit more aggressive because you get that goal. I'd rather be defending a lead than going into overtime tied. I'll put it that way. I get it, though. You don't want to be the guy. You do not want to be the guy that gives up you don't want to be Noah Juleson from last game. Oh, that wasn't really his fault. I still, Adam is like your friend's cool dad, and you secretly like him more than your friend, so you only hang out and talk to Adam. Thank you, Jared P. I appreciate that. I am somebody's cool dad, and that's Everly. She doesn't think I'm cool, though. Miller. Oh, well, at least we're going to get a shot there. We've been stuck at 34-21 in shots for it's got to be 5 minutes already. SKR is the GOAT, better than Gretzky. Timothy, you're right. SKR is the GOAT. Taylor Joyner. Ian Cole will be the guy. You mean the guy that screws up or the guy that scores? If Ian Cole scores, Vancouver fans, is all forgiven. He's had a rough series. Series from hell. But it does smell like playoffs. You could smell. There's going to be some hero moment for a guy like that. James Scaresbrook. Wait till Adam becomes a father-in-law. James, hopefully that's a long time from now. Although my kid does tell me she has a boyfriend on the playground. And they broke up and they got back together. There's lots of junior kindergarten drama going on there. Will SDPN ever do a collab with Marilyn Dennis? Well, we have. We've had her on. The thing about my mom is, as soon as I stopped playing hockey, she stopped watching. She's a football fan. Never was a big hockey fan. I'm the only one in my family who is a hockey fan, at least in my immediate. Oh, Hughes floated one in. Kulak, I think, got a piece of it. 3:09 left in the third period, guys. Yeah, my mom and dad were not hockey fans. And I just became a hockey fan because I fell in love with the sport. So they de facto had to take me to hockey 3-4 nights a week for 15 years and had to become Leaf fans. Adam, thoughts on every game from this series being a 1 goal? Dude, I got to tell you, my thoughts are that this series has been a lot closer than a lot of people gave it credit for. And I want to say that having watched Vancouver through the first round, and I've done a stream of every single Canucks game, I kind of feel like if you watched the Canucks, you could have seen this coming. It's a very, very good hockey team. And I know regular season doesn't count for much, but they did kind of crush it this year and win the division. Oh, I thought McLeod had a shot there. Whoa. Okay, we're getting a little sloppy here, Vancouver. Edmonton's loving the pressure. Perry behind the net. Kane, who's looked good tonight. Already got the goal. Zadorov breaks up the pass. Petey with the puck. That's going to be offside. It's not offside. I don't know how. SKR just gifted 50 memberships. SKR, what? Dude, come on. Thank you. SKR, that's incredible. Yo, SKR is just out here to have a night. SKR, where do you work and are they hiring? Yo, thank you, SKR. That's crazy kind of you. We really appreciate that. That's 70 memberships you've donated tonight. And that is above and beyond. So just know from us that we appreciate it. 147, 146, 145 left in the third period. Here we go. Man, what a great Jared P., what a great family we have. Yo, we do have a great family here. I'm excited for you guys all to check this out. SKR, short for Saudi KR. That's funny. That's a good line. I love Saudi Steve. I love that. It's the funniest thing. I don't know how people came to the conclusion that Steve somehow got paid by the Saudis. It was a bit of a jump, but I'm so glad it happened because it's freaking hilarious. SKR, Saudi King Rich. SKR, you just made a bunch of people's nights. Man. Okay, 103, 102, 101. 1 minute left to go in the third period. And here comes Leon Draisaitl, exactly the guy you don't want. And Phil Roenick does a good job of deflecting that puck. 55 seconds left. We're going to have a face-off in the Canucks zone. So let's make sure. I guess are they going to? No, they're not going to commercial. Justin Fisher, we're all going to end up under surveillance for this. True. Oh, it's amazing. Travis, it's already basically overtime. Travis has been overtime for like 5 minutes already. And we've had 2 shots by the Oilers in the last 5 minutes. That's it. Here we go. 52 seconds to go. 50 seconds to go. Here comes Pettersson. He's looked dangerous all night. Poke checked. Puck's given away. Ekholm with a great poke check there. I really like this Lindholm Miller. Lindholm Miller Pettersson. Here we go. Oh, it's off the post. JT Miller score. Oh, did that go in? It went in. JT Miller with a crazy goal. So it goes off the post, comes out exactly to JT Miller. And ladies and gentlemen, the Vancouver Canucks, who have dominated this game since the start of the second period, get a goal. I told you with 5 minutes to go, it's basically sudden death overtime. We had almost no shots. In fact, I don't think Vancouver had a shot for the last 8 minutes. And yet here we are. The Vancouver Canucks are up 3-2. This is exactly what Edmonton did to Vancouver a couple of nights ago. Okay, so this line has been great. Lindholm on the sideboard. It goes off a defenseman. Oh, no. So hold on. The puck went over, off of Pettersson's foot, off the post. And you know what? Strangely enough, if Pettersson had scored there, they would have had to review that because they would have said kicking motion, right? But it went off the post, so it doesn't matter. Wow. I'm quitting being an Oilers fan. I'm so sorry, guys. Wow. JT Miller, man. Can you believe that he was almost traded at the trade deadline last year to the Pittsburgh Penguins? Guys, this is a crazy series. Like I said, anybody that underrated the Canucks coming in, I surely didn't. They are looking at the goal. They're going to look at the time, I think. Does Petey get the apple? I think he does get the apple. They're chanting, JT Miller. JT Miller. 32.6 seconds to go. Wow. Canucks just saved Adam from being sleep deprived. Hell yeah. Oh, I just messed up. Okay, we're good again. There's Chris Knobloch, who always looks worried. Looking extra worried. He does have resting worried face. I hope they get the clock back. SKR, damn. SKR was giving away subs because he's an Oilers fan and was looking for the karma. SKR, you got good karma in my books, buddy. I'm sorry it didn't work out for you yet. But you know, the Oilers did score a goal like 20 seconds after the Canucks did tonight. So, man, the NHL scriptwriters, they're having a good year. Drop the puck. Let's go. Oilers are going to pull the goalie here. Draisaitl can't win the faceoff cleanly, though. Miller gets it deep. Pickard picks it up. Nurse and Bouchard are out there. Oddly enough, not Ekholm. But I guess he's going to be the guy over the boards, maybe? Oh. 16 seconds, 15 seconds. Empty net. Oilers, they do not have possession. Bouchard gets it. Oh, Draisaitl was open and he found him. That would have been dangerous. Shilovs would have had that. 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second to go. Ladies and gentlemen, hold on. Offside. Oh, for God's sakes, with 0.4 seconds offside. Just let it run. This is where the NHL is weird. Like in football, they can just let a clock run. What are we doing? Let the clock run. Damn, Vancouver. Isabella, Vancouver deserved this win. They sure did. Vancouver outplayed Edmonton 2 of the 3 periods. Edmonton had a good first. Vancouver got into penalty trouble. But you look at the way this went, and genuinely, I think the Oilers were at one point being outshot 34-12 or 34-11. Yeah. Peter, does Demko even bother coming back? Not at this point. Unless he's like 1,000% healthy and Shilov somehow has a bad game. Demko doesn't have to worry about nothing. Ladies and gentlemen, the Vancouver Canucks, who everybody counted out coming into this series, are up 3-2. Saturday night, you, me, and we'll see if this goes to Game 7 or if Vancouver is through to the 3rd round. That was a gutsy win. JT Miller is going to have a freaking school named after him after tonight. There are going to be parties on the streets in Vancouver. The Twitter war between Vancouver fans, Vancouver media, and Edmonton fans and Edmonton media has been unhinged. It's been incredible. As an onlooker, it's fantastic to see somebody else go at it and lose their minds. And that's what the playoffs are for. Even for the media, it's not about rationality. This is supposed to be fun. And I just got to say, that was crazy. Wow. What a fun game this was. The only dry spot in this game, really, like that was like a dry spell, it was kind of boring, was like minute 9 to minute whenever JT Miller scored. It was like the last little bit. Look at the faces along the boards for Vancouver fans. They're thrilled. They're thrilled. Yeah, I've absolutely loved watching this series. It's really been a pleasure. And I got to say, for all of you that have been tuning in, I want to see you on Saturday. I really do. I think we're going to have so much fun. Oilers fans, I'm sorry about what happened tonight. It's the playoffs. You know how it is. Every game this series has been decided by a goal. It's thin margins. It's crazy. And I just want to say, I love hanging out with you. I've had so much fun with this series. I can't even tell you. I look forward to this all day. Took it easy, chilled out. Justin Fisher just gifted 5 memberships. Wow, Saudi Justin. I just want to say thank you all for being here. And I'm going to let producer Hayden get some sleep. I'm going to let Robert Malloy get some sleep. I'm going to let Justin Fisher get some sleep. We will see you here Saturday night, and we will have a clock. Producer Hayden swore on Kirill Kaprizov, his favorite player from his favorite team, that we will have a clock on Saturday night. So you have your answer. We're getting one. Enjoy. Love you all. Latvia ordered a national holiday today? Oh, that's good for them. They should. Love this. Love you. And I'll see you Saturday night. Oh, Hayden?